Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Let's get our heads right on a Thursday that I totally thought was a Friday when I woke up. That's how I started this fine Thursday morning going, well, listen, just one more show, bud. Rip through it. Then the weekend arrives. Nope. Today's Thursday, not Friday. But, hey, nonetheless, happy to be here with you. Very, very lucky to have this gig and be with these people every single day. We are Ben and Woods. I'm Woodsy. That is Paul Reinl. He is the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. And Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning to you as well. And I'm smiling because I see Padre Bod in our chat say, my favorite 20 minutes in sports radio.
I like it too.
Foreplay.
I love it too.
And we have no idea where it's going. Really, any day.
Really, most days we don't. It's very much fly by the seat of your pants. In your case, very short pants. In my case, hot joggers. These are, I'm roasting
it's okay
right now.
For you,
They're
but
very
not for me.
thick. They're thick. I mean, it's very hot. These are very hot. They're very cozy.
It was very cold this morning.
It was cold this morning, and it's usually cold in here, and now it's not. And I'm vested up like Marty McFly. And so I'm like, all right, I'm a little warm with a long sleeve shirt underneath. Like, I just can't get it right, man. I can't find the equilibrium of what I need right now. But yeah, these the joggers are real nice, but they're toasty.
iPhone says 52 degrees outside where we're at, so that's getting cold.
That's a little nipply here for San Diego. I'll give you that. Paulie, how's everything with you, pal?
Everything's good. I was also cold this morning. I did take drove the electric scooter into work. It's great. Can get here real quick. No gas. Leave the car in the garage. But man, I got not very far without realizing, it is getting cold at this time of morning. 5 o'clock. I'm like, I don't know how many more trips I have for the foreseeable future.
The wind just whipping on your face.
I can get a full face helmet
we
with
can
a
get
visor.
him one of those ski masks and mufflers to wear to work.
Yeah, just the full ski cover. And then I just went skiing last year and I wore one of those. And you forget how much saliva is expended when you get up to the lift and it kind of takes a minute to ski up to the lift. So you're breathing heavy.
Short on breath already.
You're short on breath and the altitude's insane. Yeah. And then you start to get that red rash from the spit and the cold around your mouth. You're like, this is terrible. Why do I do this? I'm freezing cold. I'm in danger of breaking my neck at any second. But yeah, you need one of those, like the ski masks. But no, I think, listen, I think the spirits in our room certainly this morning are high. The weird thing about this gig is that we spent 72 hours straight talking about the departure of Mike Schilt. And I get to Little League last night to watch Bo's practice. And sitting there talking to one of the dads, and he's just me and him. Hey, so what really happened? Give him my whole spiel. The spiel that the Padres sent over via fax for me to read, the official statement. So I give him the spiel. I pull up the crumpled piece of paper with the message from Eric Grupner and John Seidler and AJ Preller, and I read it to him. And then I crumble it up. I put it back in my pocket. Then the next.
Hey, Woodsy, here are copy points.
Copy points for.
Read verbatim.
Remember, say retire. Emphatically, in bold, he retired. Okay, all right. You guys own me, right? I'll do it.
You want those checks to keep coming, you read this letter.
So I read the facts to him. And then we're watching, and then one of the other dads shows up. So what happened with Shilty? So I take the letter out again, uncrumple it, read it to him, crumple it back up, put it in. Then my friends, the Bandacks, show up, Kelly and Nick. Nick says, hey, so what's up with Shilty? I'm like, hang on, I'm going to get this letter out again. And I read it again. And then our buddy Kevin Cooper shows up. He's the last one there. What happened with Schilt, bro? So I get the letter out again, read it again. It's the thing is like, when I leave here, I kind of want it to be over. It never is. It's never over. It consumes you. So 72-hour news cycle for Shilty's departure. And I woke up this morning with this dread. So I literally, first thing I did was I opened up Twitter and then The Athletic and was like, anything? Nothing? Okay. All right. Now we can go have some fun again. Now we can go have some fun again in the Ben and Wood studio. So that's pot roast turned out great that I
Great.
made yesterday. Probably the
How
best.
were the parent-teacher conferences?
Man, I gotta tell you, it was incredible. And when we were kids, I don't ever remember being in the conference with my parents. I don't think they did that. My parents
I don't
went,
either.
and
I
we
think
would
they went, and we would go home
stay,
early,
or like we shoot baskets
to the
until
playground. Yes.
until they're done, and then they would walk out, and my dad would just be shaking his head. My mom would have be dabbing at her eye with a tissue.
Oh, my parents.
Your parents elated. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Paulie,
I feel like I remember different parent-teacher
younger.
conferences. No, I remember like being off early from school and not having to go to any of them. And I also feel like I remember sitting there for some of them. So maybe
being in there.
Maybe one part of the year you were there with your parent and having a meeting, and then the other time it was just them.
That's open house night. That open house night is when everybody comes up. This is our art.
Yeah.
Artwork
Here's
on the wall.
Here's
kind
our
of around the
bucket.
same.
Here's our think tank, whatever it is.
Those are both like beginning of the year type.
Yeah, open house is like a few weeks in after you've got a chance to get a few projects done, get them on the walls, and then you invite the parents. It's usually like 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And then conferences are like a couple weeks after that.
Very exciting to go to school late at night.
So they do it different now. So now Bo goes up to the board and they have the projector and he has a pointer and he starts taking us through the presentation, which I thought was spectacular. He did brilliantly. He's such a good writer.
Did you buy a timeshare from him?
I did not. I would have, though. I would have. I would do anything for that kid. As you know, I would buy him a timeshare if he wanted one. But he went up and led it. And then we all sat down at the table and went through all of his packets of stuff. And I couldn't be more proud. And I think the thing that made me the most proud was there's these 6 qualities that they look for. And he hits all of them. But the one that impressed her the most, and it's the one that impresses me the most, is that he is 100% a wellness advocate, meaning he looks out for others at school. And the teacher's assistant was in there with us as well. She goes, "Can I just speak up for a second? Some of the kids were kind of being mean to me, and they don't really recognize me as a teacher. And Bo is actually the one that came in and defended me a little bit as a 7-year-old to say, hey, that's our teacher. Like, knock it off." She goes, "He is 100% always looking out for others." And I'm just a wreck at this point. I'm choking back tears. And I just thought it was the sweetest thing. And so I said, I know you're good at math. I know you're good at reading. You're writing. You're working on it, But I said, that's the thing I'm the most proud of, is that you look out for others and you want to make sure that people are okay. And I was so proud of him. So he got to lead it. It was pretty cool. And I couldn't be more proud. It was pretty epic.
When we were growing up, there were only bullies and victims at school. I don't know that there were any wellness advocates.
Correct.
Because if you were a wellness advocate, then you'd open the door to being
get your ass kicked.
A bully victim.
Yeah, exactly. If the other kids are making fun of the teacher, you're like, I guess I have to join in unless I want my ass kicked.
Exactly.
It's so true. It's so true, man. It was so true. So he was beaming. He's a good kid, man. He is. Both of them are really, really good kids. But I just was very impressed with that. And I love how they do it. And one thing I noticed, man, and I think some parents can probably appreciate this as well. Hey, man, school, and don't tell your kids this. School is way harder now than it was back in the 70s and 80s. And I mean, way harder. We just had to memorize a bunch of stuff. Math, we just memorized it like 4 + 2 is 6, 6 + 4 is 10, 10 + 2 is 12.
Tables.
This is now, it's like, not only do you have to figure this out, you need to write an essay and do a piece of art that tells you how you got there. I'm not joking. He was showing me his math, and I'm like, here you go. I don't follow.
Common Core or whatever they call it.
I
don't get how they do math.
I said, I don't follow this. And like, when he gets into more advanced math, I'm going to be like, enjoy the Kumon Learning Center, because I'm not going to be able to help you.
Yeah, algebra won't be like algebra that you maybe don't remember entirely, but if you take a few minutes, you're like, okay, I kind of remember how this works.
Geometry.
It's a whole new language now.
It's a whole new world, Paulie. And they don't really do grades anymore. It's like proficient. Proficient is like A, and then I can't remember.
Satisfactory.
Not even satisfactory. It's even gentler language now, but you know,
on the right track.
Yeah, on the right track. Absolutely screwed. AS for certain things, but
tries his hardest.
It was really it's special, dude. And you watch, you know, you look and you go, this is how you act when you're away from home. Like that makes me very, very pleased. So it was cool. It was really, really cool. It was excellent. And you know, dads are really a wonderful thing because I got to share this text I got from my dad this morning. So I had the opportunity yesterday, and we're going to play some of it for you on the show today. Skip Schumacher, our pal, new manager of the Texas Rangers, and a podcast back in Dallas with my radio hero Mike Reiner. Did it last week. And they asked me to come back on again. And they wanted me to see if I could get Skip on their podcast because they're a Dallas-based baseball, you know, heavy show.
Dallas's concierge.
So now
Stephen Woods.
So I said, sure. Reiner, literally, if you need me to fly in and wash your car, I would do it. I owe everything to that guy. So I said, I can do it. And I texted Skip and he goes, yeah, I'll do it. So I set the whole thing up and I said, okay, I'm happy to make the introduction. And Reiner goes, no, we want you on there. And I go, oh God. So it's me, Reiner, and Skip on this podcast, it was a dream. It was like 45 minutes. Couple things. We get started. We're talking for about 5 minutes. Skip's giving this answer and Reiner's sitting there like this, shaking his head. I can't hear you guys.
Oh,
I'm like, oh no. We had some technical difficulties and it lasted longer than you want. When you set up the interview and you set this thing up and you know Skip is running ragged right now. He's got Zoom calls, he's got meetings and phone calls,
network appearances.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And so I'm like at this point I'm like, "Oh God, please fix it." Ended up getting it fixed. So it was a pretty cool moment for me. So I found the clip and I emailed it to my dad this morning. I texted my dad and I go, "Hey Pops, just wanted to tell you I emailed you my podcast that I just did with Reiner and Skip Shoemaker." And he writes back this, and you read into this for me. He goes, "Great, I'll listen." And that's all he said. Great, I'll listen. It seemed like I just told him that he has to take the garbage out. You know what I mean? Like I wanted a little bit.
I mean, there is an element of, I already listened to you 4 hours a day. Right? Are you adding more to my plate at this point?
You think that's it?
Like, who cares? It's a Dallas radio icon and the new manager. What are you supposed to be something special?
I want him to know how much it means to you that you were on this program with Reiner and Skip.
Correct.
And to respond.
Great. I'll listen.
No, I know my dad. With a little bit more, excitement,
vim, a little more vim and vigor from my dad. A little more. No, yeah, there's no exclamation marks, no nothing.
Gary.
Great.
Amazing.
I'll listen. Do you want to? You don't have to. I should have written back. You don't have to.
I mean, you
listen.
don't have to.
You don't have to if you don't want to. I thought you would want to.
I'll
hear
just
it.
go after myself.
Yeah. It's no big deal. It's just like a dream realized. You know, it's no big deal. But it was really good. I didn't talk a ton, but listening to my goat interview my other goat about what he plans to do. I asked him a couple questions about how to install a culture, because that's the first thing he said he wanted to do. And I said, what does that look like, Skip? You just text everybody LFG, with a muscle arm? Like what is actually installing a culture look like? And
it's a good question.
It is. And I told him the other thing I asked him, I go, all right, here's another one for you. I go, Skip, you've seen what's happened to the Padres in October. How do you train for October? You can't, can you? And he goes, actually, I have an answer for you. So I'll explain it later. We're going to play some of the podcasts. He had really nice things to say about our show. Of course, that's what we're going to play to make us look good.
Yeah, you want the actual stuff.
Yeah, you want the good
listen
stuff.
Listen.
It's on we can tweet out the link or whatever. It's really, it was really fun and
great. Thanks.
Great. Thanks. I'll listen. He was a really sharp guy, as you know.
I don't think it will come to much of a surprise to tier ones that there have been a few texts exchanged between the three of us over the last couple of days, lamenting the fact that Mike Schilt stepped away just, days, hours after Skip Schumacher was hired as the manager of the Texas Rangers.
It was tough.
felt like there was a legitimate chance that Skip could have ended up back in San Diego. Whether
what realistically, he press conference for Skip was Friday morning, I believe, last week, and then Monday at 9 a.m.
But Saturday is when Schulte apparently made his decision or told everybody about it. So, had he said it on Thursday to AJ could have started reaching out, before that. I don't know that he wanted to, and we don't need to go down and write an alternate history of what could have been. But I've become, I hope, self-aware enough that in the last couple of days, I don't know that we might have become insufferable. If Skip was the manager of the Padres, knowing that he is a giant listener of our show every day,
and he's a friend now,
I don't even know how we'd handle it. It would be hard for us to be as objective as we need to be.
Yeah.
What would we have him on every day?
I feel like the audience would be split. The audience would be split. Like half of you would think, oh, these guys know exactly what they're talking about. And I know that they know what they're talking about because I know they got it directly from the manager.
Right.
The other half would think, you guys you have lost all credibility.
Yeah.
You're that's your homie. And
like WJ says, you're too close to it.
Yeah.
You're right. Like, it would be hard. But here's the thing. It would be hard to rip him. But I also know the kind of person he is. He would not care. We talked about it yesterday, that it's part of the gig. Like, it's to be questioned is a part of the manager's gig. So
I would
we
like
talked
to
a lot
think
about
that
that.
when we say something, we're not doing it in a completely unsupported, idiotic way. If we have some criticism, that maybe there's some valid points there, and Skip's, self-aware enough that he understands that and would be okay with it. Still, I do feel like it would have put us all in a bit of a tough situation.
It's like hiring your kid to, you hire your kid to do this hugely important job.
A job in which you get hired to get fired.
Yeah, exactly. And like, how do you fire your own kid? I mean, there's been GMs that have traded their own children away. It's happened before in Major League. How do you pull the trigger on that and be like, no, it could be, this is actually a way better opportunity. I'm actually doing my kid a solid. But again, come on into my office. I'm trading you to the Orioles. You know what I mean? You're like, Dad, what?
Pack your ass.
Pack your stuff, dude. Pack your stuff. So I think the objectivity would have been tough. But, it's more than just admiring him for his managerial skills or his personality or because he likes our show. He's a great human. And I've texted. We were talking about it. He and I have texted so much over the years. And I texted him after and told him how much I value his friendship because I've leaned on him for tons of baseball stuff. I've leaned on him for parental advice. I've leaned on him for marital advice. I've leaned on him because I admire the dude as a human, as a man, as a father, as a husband. And he's somebody I look up to. Not really, because he's like a foot shorter than me, but it's the only thing I have on him is height and hair. That's it. Because I was on a podcast with him yesterday, looking at him the whole time going, how hard has life been for you? I realize you're a little bit shorter than you want it to be, but you're a big leaguer. Look at yourself. He was like doing stuff with his arms and his big ass bicep. I was like, you know what? F you, dude. But he was wearing his Ben and Wood shirt. It was the coolest thing. And to be there with my goat, Reiner, was it was amazing. It was a full circle moment.
All those muscles, I'm sure, make your shirts very clingy and might be uncomfortable at times.
Like tight.
Yeah.
Like you
tight.
try on a new shirt, and you're like, God dang it, this one doesn't fit either.
Yeah, it must be difficult for him at times.
So here's the other thing, man, is I don't think it would have worked out here. Not worked out like he couldn't have done a good job. You got to remember where he was the last year he wasn't being groomed for the manager, but he was around those guys. So he has that intimate knowledge of what that team's about, what happened with them last year, their kind of meltdown. And now he gets to go in there with a year under, much like Schilt did here. He had that time here,
a
little buffer. And so I think that was always going to be the gig for him when Boch ended up leaving. So it was really cool. And you guys can find it. It's under Your Dark Companion on YouTube. But
we'll play some of it though.
Or my dad can just send it to you if he doesn't want to listen. Great, I'll listen.
How long did you go about?
The whole podcast is 51 minutes.
51 minutes. And it was cool. We talked about a lot of stuff. We talked about the Padres. I brought it up to him while I had him, and asked him, hey, how do you fix kind of what's going on here? I asked him about Manny and Tatis. He had some nice things to say about them as he knows them both very well. I believe Fernando Tatis Jr. is his favorite player in baseball. So for all he's a diva, he's unmanageable. Skip Schumacher, who's one of the most together, foot on the ground guys, is like, he's my favorite player.
Well, now those people are like, great, trade him to Texas.
Yeah, exactly. See how that works out for you. But it was really, really cool and special.
I've been wanting to get him on, but it was weird with the news here in San Diego on Monday.
Correct.
Because we had to, you got to wait until Skip does his press conference and all that media and everything. You got to wait for that to happen first, which was Friday of last week.
Yeah.
And then 9 a.m. Monday, we find out Schulte is out, and we're going, okay, well, feels a little bit weird to get like Skip Schumacher on the next day.
So how's it going? What's how far is Surprise from?
About 15 minutes.
We'll see him. We'll see him in spring training for sure.
Oh, very close.
100%.
We'll definitely pop on over and say hello and surprise
Take him to PF Chang's.
Yes. KG says, what a Skip no. I saw some random guy from Twitter say Tatis was toxic. Clearly, we know who to believe. Exactly. That's kind of it, because that's why I wanted to bring it up to him. And he talked about Manny. He talked about penciling a guy in for 160 games a year, but he was spectacular. I think he's going to do a great job there. And I said, well, we'll be eagerly awaiting our merchandise, and we'd be happy to rep the Texas Rangers as our AL team until he is gone.
I still have the Miami Marlins hat he sent us in my closet. I don't really wear it, but I have
my son wore it damn near every day. And I told him that on the podcast. I said, you get him some new gear and he'll start repping that stuff too. He's a great guy.
It does remind me of something I was thinking about yesterday. When the Padres do name a new manager, whoever it is, are we going to try to go out to dinner with them at spring training? You don't want to go?
I don't even want to talk to them.
Are you sure it's not worth another effort?
Nah.
Just one more time?
I don't want to meet him. I don't even want to talk to them.
Does it change if we know this person or don't know this person? If it's somebody outside of the organization, never met him, would you want to get dinner and
get to know
them that way?
We've tried it both ways, with the new managers. We've given guys their space, like Bob. We've tried to get to know him like Schulte. Clearly, we have no earthly idea what we're doing.
It doesn't matter.
Zero. Yeah. It doesn't really matter. This show, whatever decision we make will be the wrong one.
Maybe we just, when they sit down with us at spring training on the show, we just give them like $100 DoorDash gift card. Be like, hey, dinner's on us.
Dinner's on us.
But do whatever you want.
You don't have to go with us, though.
But you don't have to go. I don't know what to do, actually. And we'll see. We'll see who it is. There's a couple of candidates' names floating around there. We've talked about them this week. We'll probably talk about them some more. I wish that they would make a decision like today so that we can move on. It's not going to happen. We know that it's going to be a minute. But yeah, it was cool. I just put the link in the chat for you guys if you want to watch it, but he was really impressive. We'll play some of it later and get this thing going.
Carlos says, switch it up. Take the new manager to explicit.
That would be uncomfortable.
Not for me. It would be uncomfortable for him.
And me.
He talked about, this is a funny story. He talked about, Reiner asked him, you ever have a manager that, you could like get a drink with after the game? And he goes, yeah, baseball used to be better about that. And he said, Tony La Russa was that guy. And he goes, me as a role player and a bench player, he goes, I made sure I was in the hotel bar after the game. And he goes, I would sit there and Tony he liked to have a couple after the game, which
we know.
I can see that.
Well documented.
We know.
And he would have all these cocktail napkins, and he's making the lineup on the cocktail napkin and for the next day. And Skip would come up and he'd be like, oh, I guess I'm not in there. He's like, well, no, you're a terrible baseball player. Why would I put you in the lineup? And just breaking balls and stuff. Like, that's the stuff I live for. I can't get enough of. He goes, I did like something to the effect of like, I did find if I was down there and he saw me, he'd be like, oh yeah, Schumacher's on it. We'll get him some swings tomorrow against so-and-so. But it was really cool. Hope you guys listen. It was great.
All right, let's take our first time out. When we come back, I'll set the menu. We can talk about last night's series flipping game in the ALCS.
Unreal.
It seems like the road team's dominating so far in both series. Will that trend continue? We got 2 games today.
It will not continue. Is my bold proclamation, Ben.
Probably a pretty good expectation. We'll get to all of that coming up next. First time out, first traffic with Kelly Danick, all coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. But speaking of the right thing to do, if you have a family and you have not done so yet is to make sure your estate documents in order. And the easy way to do that is by going to trustandwill.com. They will guide you through a series of questions. It's basically as easy as like an online survey that you're taking.
Yeah.
But at the end of the process, which should take less than an hour if you're doing it right, you will have an actual will or trust that will be sent to you, and you can keep in a filing cabinet in a safe somewhere just in case you need it. Hopefully you don't, but if you do, you will have it and your family will have it to be taken care of.
So, yeah, very simple. Trustandwill.com. Code is radio20. When you check out, you'll get 20% off of your trust or will. And, man, again, these guys know what they're doing, and they make it very, very simple for you. So, trustandwill.com. Code is radio20. Do it today.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
It's a throwback Thursday on the Ben and Woods program, middle of October. It's been a long month. I was thinking the other day.
It has. My God.
Like 2 weeks ago, we were still at viewing parties, and the Padres were still in the playoffs. It's just 2 weeks ago. Feels like a long time already, doesn't it?
It does. I've had this tournament on the 21st, and I'm going to play in Arizona. And so, of course, you're looking forward to that. And I remember early in October, I'm like, it's got to be the 10th at least. And I would look at my phone. It was October 3rd. I'm like, I'm like a week behind. So I'm champing at the bit to get out there and play some baseball next week. But yeah, it's been a little bit draggy for sure.
Coming up on the program today, as I mentioned, we'll talk a little baseball, what went on last night, ALCS, and then 2 games coming up today. In our 7 o'clock hour, a Padres smorgasbord topic of the day, and start turning our attention to the 2026 roster. Clearly, there will be changes, additions, some different guys, but there are also, will be a lot of guys coming back from last year's team. The topic today, you guys want to start thinking about it, who is going to step up for the Padres in 2026? And by that, I mean, who's going to make the biggest jump in performance from what we saw last year to this year? Who are you putting your chips on? Who are you betting on having a good season? Now, it can be a star player who you think had an off season, is going to jump back. It can be a role player who you think is going to step forward and be a more key contributor.
So it'd be like
position player.
Maybe didn't have a great 2025. You're looking for the bounce back in 2026, or maybe even had a good year in 2025, but you're like, no, that's an all-star.
Have a great year next year. Could be a guy who you barely saw. Maybe a minor leaguer who you think is going to have a solid big league season. Someone who you feel like is on the rise in the San Diego Padres organization for 2026. It gets us kind of a way to start talking about the roster and what it's going to look like in next season for the San Diego Padres. 8 o'clock hour. Our guest on Thursday, of course, is Eno Saris from The Athletic. We'll talk some smart baseball with Eno at 8:35. Of course, all guests on Ben and Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro criminal defense attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. And then in our 9 o'clock hour, we'll have some of our weekly segments, including the Rindle Report and our NFL threesome, as we start taking a look ahead to week 6 of the NFL season. Week 7? Week 7 of the NFL season, which starts tonight. And we'll take a look ahead to what we'll have for you here on 97.3 The Fan and more. Before that, we've got a real or fake game, a chance to qualify for the trip to Las Vegas at 8:20, and with our game without having to take on Woods, and don't do this as well. So that's what's coming up on the program today. We'll start in baseball, though. What happened last night in Seattle had to be very disappointing for those fans after waiting for an ALCS game for so long. We'll get to that after traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Park 101 in Carlsbad, North County's football headquarters. Crash the Coronado Bridge heading over to the island just past the 5. It's got the right lane blocked. Once you're past it, it's going to stay pretty sluggish on over to the island. Fortunately, that is our only problem spot on the roads right now, guys. Football is back, and Park 101 in coastal Carlsbad is your game day headquarters. 10,000 square feet, 19 TVs, Bills Backers Club specials, cocktails, and ice-cold beer. Park 101 at Carlsbad Village, North County's home for football. I got to try that place. I'll bring my husband, even though he's a Bears fan. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I love when she riffs. It's my favorite. Actually, I do. I love it. But nice to have some, personality.
Yeah, nothing wrong with being a Bears fan.
No.
Kelly's husband.
No.
AI Kelly Danick today.
No,
Have I met
absolutely
Kelly's
not.
husband?
Yeah, Chuck.
Chuck.
Great.
Okay.
Great dude.
I love the both of them.
They're both
are
fantastic.
so
people.
great.
I like when her dogs are barking in the background of her traffic. She has like 14 dogs, so she's the great.
We rarely actually get to see Kelly.
Yeah.
Just every once in a while when she's in the building, but usually she's doing her reports remotely. So we're just listening along with the rest of you as to what's going on with the traffic and what's going on in Kelly's world. So last night, game 3 of the American League Championship Series, and it felt like after the first inning, it was on the verge of being over.
Yeah.
After Seattle had won the first 2 games in Toronto, and they come back to this insane crowd at T-Mobile Stadium, T-Mobile Park.
Was rocking.
And
made me so sad.
Julio Rodriguez hits a 2-run home run off Shane Bieber. And you just get the sense, oh, okay, so this is just going to be a sweep, and Seattle is going to cruise to their first World Series appearance ever. There's just nothing that's going to stop them. They're just that it team right now, and they're riding this momentum all the way to the Fall Classic. And then baseball happens. Get to the third inning. Bieber settles down. Really big for him to come back in the second inning. Struck out the side.
Yep.
Still 2-0. You get to the third. Bottom of the order coming up. You know, Kirby's been really good so far in the postseason. You're not really that worried. Get a runner on, and the number 9 hitter, Andres Jimenez, comes up. And I think this is very interesting based on everything we talked about in the Padres Cubs series with Mike Schilt's managerial style. Andres Jimenez said after the game he was probably looking to lay down a bunt there, move the runner over, and, you know, try to get Toronto some momentum, get him a runner in scoring position and an opportunity to at least get on the board, get the, you know, top of the order back up, chance to get a single. The Mariners, though, were also thinking that and kind of pinched in on the corners, thinking, all right, sacrifice bunt, which caused Jimenez to rethink his strategy. And he said, you know what, I'm going to swing away. And he did. And he hit a 2-run home run that now feels like could have been a turning point in the entire postseason for the Toronto Blue Jays, because he tied the game. And from that point on, I think the Blue Jays scored, what was it, 12, 13 unanswered runs before the Mariners scored again? 13, I think.
13-4 was your final last night. The Blue Jays hit 5 home runs. And, you know, did the podcast, as I told you yesterday, and I did ask Skip Schumacher about what it takes to win in October. And again, he said it's slug. Woodsy, it's slug. And it's not the answer you want to hear, you know, right now, based on what you guys have gone through the last 2 postseasons. But he said slug wins in the playoffs. And I mean, look, when you get slug from your 9-hole hitter who originally thought, oh, maybe I should get one down. Nah, I'm actually just going to swing away, sit heater or whatever. I mean, Kirby, who is a fantastic pitcher, Ben, just didn't have it. He didn't have it. The breaking stuff was not breaking. Oh, it was breaking. It was breaking right down the middle of the plate. He was leaving everything middle. They pounded him. And those guys are too good of hitters to miss that many mistakes. So slugging wins again in the postseason, 5 home runs from the Toronto Blue Jays, and they are right back in this. And it's just wild how that momentum shifts. Talk about the immense amount of pressure they had to win that game. Now they're feeling so much better. Hey, we just beat one of your best arms. And not only did we beat him, we beat the crap out of that guy. We drubbed that guy out of, off the mound in the, 4 innings? And that was it.
Yeah, 4 innings, 8 hits, 8 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. A lot of questions about why Dan Wilson left him in so long. This is a playoff game. You may be up 2-0, but you can't just necessarily punt. I mean, you didn't get innings. You didn't get a performance out of him. You have a bullpen. You didn't go to it earlier. Maybe it'll come back and be the right decision. You don't want to torch your bullpen even more in a lost cause, and maybe they were never coming back in that game, but it was definitely something you heard a lot of people saying, like, why is Kirby still in there to give up all these runs?
Yeah, I don't know the logic behind that other than I don't know the logic behind it. Other than, like, we need to try to let him settle in because, again, Shane Bieber gives up the home run in the first inning and you're down 2-0. Once they tie it, you're like, okay, it's a 0-0 game. But, man, it just spiraled from there on him. And this series now has gotten interesting. And I think it's, unfortunately, I think it's going to be the only series in the CS that's going to be interesting.
I don't know because today's game has the feeling to me of the same decision that the Padres made in Game 3 of the wild card series to pitch Yu Darvish, the veteran, who had a spotty,
uneven
injuries and then a spotty return. And the Blue Jays are going to go the same direction with the veteran Max Scherzer getting the start. I'd assume a short leash, but I don't think they know what they're going to get. They're hoping.
That's why they left Kirby in last night.
They're crossing.
Wait, no, that's the wrong team.
Yeah.
Scherzer, yeah, short leash, just like you. Like, he hasn't been phenomenal this year at all. He's not Max Scherzer. Like, when they tweeted out, he started
a couple of good starts, like you had a couple of good starts.
Yeah.
but you can't be confident if you're the Blue Jays of what you're going to get from Max Scherzer.
Who's throwing for
Luis
Seattle?
Castillo.
Castillo. Okay.
La Piedra. The Rock. That
swings it in their favor.
This feels like, I don't want to say it's a must-win game for Seattle because they're still 2-2 if they lose, but you want to win this one. You want to take control. You don't want to let the Blue Jays off the mat. You gave them the one. It's fine. You go on and win the series in 5. This is the game where the Seattle Mariners want to bounce back, get a solid pitching performance from Luis Castillo, a guy they trust,
Knockout
against a guy
Scherzer
that the Blue Jays can't possibly trust in this matchup today in Max Scherzer.
But again, the other series that will continue tonight, I don't know that this is going to be much of a series, to be honest with you. I just don't see. The Dodgers have rounded into form and look like that 120 win team that everybody predicted they would be. And I mean, how do they even compete against this team right now? It's not happening. So I like that the Blue Jays won, keeps it interesting. I want as many baseball games as possible over the next few weeks, but I think this one's going to be wrapped up here pretty soon.
The Brewers, I don't believe, have even named a
Quintana,
pitcher.
isn't it?
Did they name him? I still have a TBD on the ESPN site that I was looking at. It will be Tyler Glass now for Game 3.
Yeah, undecided.
Which is interesting. Dave Roberts made that announcement before Game 2. Because, Ohtani he's fresh. He could have pitched in Game 1 or 2, but they pushed him back to Game 4, presumably because they don't want him to pitch twice in the series. If it went to 7, it's not going 7, but if it did, you'd have Snell and Yamamoto and Glass now all pitching twice in the series, and Ohtani would just get the one middle game in Game 4. Makes a lot of sense since he's already going to be in every game and hitting. I don't know that you want him pitching twice in the series. So I do think that has a certain amount of logic for what Dave Roberts is doing with his starting rotation. So Glass now today, that'll be the early game, 3:08 p.m. on TBS. And then they push the other game back 30 minutes or so, 5:33 on FS1 for the Blue Jays and the Mariners. Might be a little overlap there at the end. First game probably won't be over by the time the second game starts. That's because I think both games are on the west side of the country.
Yeah.
You couldn't go too early, but you can't go too late for the East Coast. So that's the compromise they made for television today.
That's a crazy story yesterday that I did not realize. And it was apparently a big deal that Shohei Ohtani hit batting practice on the field. I didn't know that he doesn't do that. Did you know that?
I did not either. That's a big deal.
He walked out and they had like his mute. He comes out to like Michael Bublé, which is like perfect for him, right? And they were blasting Michael Bublé, and everyone's like ripped up in applause because he's coming out and he's like, "Yeah, hey!" Like
Michael Bublé,
and he's gonna go up and hit BP. I guess he put one off the roof too. So yeah, him going out and hitting BP at in with the other guys is something new. I just learned that yesterday for the first time.
Clearly he has not had a very good postseason
at the Dish. Yeah, no, it's not been great.
Is this a sign of panic a little bit? Like changing your routine,
probably changing it up a little bit.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Are the Dodgers concerned with the long-term commitment there?
When you're super
$7 a year,
when you're superstar has 2 knocks or whatever it is in the playoffs. He did okay against Cincy, didn't he? In this series, I think he has 2 hits. And you're still just beating the crap out of the Brewers with literally without breaking a sweat in the last game. It's a nice luxury to have. It's a very nice luxury to have.
You talked about slug.
Yeah.
And
they're getting such contributions from
Teoscar
5 through 9
is huge. And the fact that, with Will Smith back, they had Teoscar batting 6th last game, a guy who has already hit 4 home runs in the postseason.
Yeah, it's a luxury.
And Max Muncy is deep in the lineup. He's, always a danger to go deep at any time.
Yeah, he almost hit that grand slam in Game 1 that would have put that. I mean, he was an inch away from a grand slam. Then he hit the homer in the next game. He is such an elite playoff performer. He's got the most home runs in Dodger history in the playoffs, I think, with 14. So, yeah, I mean.
And then there's the playoff magic bullet in Kike Hernandez.
Well, and then there's Tommy Edman, who's batting like 400 in the playoffs, who's just as solid as it gets. So, look, I said it yesterday. I stand by it. Yes, they spend money. Of course they spend money. Yes, they do things that make you go, oh, this doesn't feel right. But not only do they spend the most money, they're also better and they're also smarter with the way they do it. I was talking to some dudes last night about it, and one of the guys is a Philly fan, so it's raw for him. And he said, they got to change something. I go, they got to change something in baseball. I go, like what? What are they going to change? Well, salary cap of this. And I go, look, at the end of the day, they spend a buttload of money. The money that they spend is usually pretty smart. They spent a lot of money on guys like Kirby Yates and Tanner Scott. They have the luxury; they don't even have to pitch them. I mean, you spend that much money on a reliever, you don't even have.
To me, that is the problem, though. That's a bit of a problem for baseball. If they win, and let's brace ourselves.
Yeah, it's coming
for the very likely scenario that the Dodgers are going to win a second World Series championship. They will do it, having not even scratched really their potential of what they could have been this year. They were a disappointing team in the
regular season. Yeah.
They were a disappointing team in the regular season.
You think they're going to give one frog's fat ass about how they played in the regular season if they hoist
I
that?
think traditionally they'll be like you used to be disappointed when you didn't win as many games as you thought you could have in the regular season.
Yeah.
But you talked about it yesterday, load management, like the Dodger way. If you put a little bit less importance on the regular season in hopes of gearing up for an October run, do you really call that? If you win the World Series, you don't call it an unsuccessful
absolutely
season.
fine if you're the Dodgers and the Dodgers fan. But if you are the rest of Major League Baseball, if you're MLB and the Dodgers win another World Series and then go out and probably in the offseason add more stars,
Tucker and
sign more big stars, and you know that just coming back, the guys are probably going to have a much better year than they did last year. They've already won 2 in a row, and they are going to be so vastly overwhelming favorites to win it again.
Yeah, in February.
Doesn't the other 29 teams just start to get discouraged? Fan bases just start to get discouraged.
Sure.
And like, what's the point of all this? That's a danger for Major League Baseball.
That's how people felt about the Yankees though back in the 90s. Any dynasty, that like that. The what are the Patriots doing? Now, again, that was more of an even playing field with the salary cap, but I lay in bed at night and I think about how is this going to work? But truly, man, their strategy of being able to having the luxury to keep guys like Snell and Glasnow's innings limits down, because here's the thing though, and I'm like kind of making the case for him. They were able to develop guys like Knack and Sheehan and Kasperius that can get you through those games in June, July.
But if that is truly the inefficiency, if that's the way, hey, we need to do it the way the Dodgers do. Well, how do you do that? You need to spend 3 times what you're spending right now. No one else can do it.
Yeah.
You always copy what the winners are doing. Oh, let's copy what the Dodgers are doing.
Okay.
All right, so let's not play any of our star players.
Yeah.
Let's sign a bunch of other players to play during the regular season. Nobody else can do that. They have cornered the market. They are the only team that can operate this way.
No, they're not the only team. The Mets can do it. The Yankees can do it. They don't. Red Sox could probably do it. They don't.
Okay, even if those teams did it, what about the rest of baseball? If that's truly
it's a 4-team league, basically.
What if like only one team was allowed to have any analytics? Like the rest of the teams couldn't. Analytics were really, really expensive, and everyone else just had to fly by the seat of their pants. But one team got to know all the numbers. That team would dominate.
I feel like it used to be that way, and they were the team that was the advanced, ahead of the game. Look, I hate them too. I get it, but like I said, I'm not mad. I'm bitter.
They are ahead of the game in every facet of the game.
Paulie, they're 4 years ahead of the game. Yeah. They looked at the lockout coming in 27 and said, well, let's do this. Let's defer this. Will he take it? He will. Okay, let's do this. Let's set this up. Planning ahead, knowing let's win 3 World Series in a row, and then we're going to lock out. But at least we've got our 3 that we can sit on. And I fully expect them to win this year, and I fully expect them to win next year. They're just going to get better.
There's no reason to think they won't.
Right.
They won't be. They should be better next year than they are this year.
There's no question.
After they spend a bunch of money.
It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, collecting more.
I'm curious. I want to hear some of your conversation with Skip Schumacher on the podcast from yesterday in Texas. We'll get to that next on The Fan. Got our Padres smorgasbord coming up later this hour, taking a look at the 2026 roster and finding a player. And the best way to improve your team is always from
Within.
within. Yeah.
Best way to improve yourself
Is
to look inward.
True.
That's it.
Padres will need probably multiple players to have better seasons
Yeah.
in 2026 than they did in 2025.
Yeah.
And that comes from both the pitching and hitting side, I would think. We'll take a look and see who we think has that room for improvement and is poised for a big 2026 coming up in our Padres smorgasbord. But as you heard in our first hour, our friend Woodsy yesterday got to live a bit of a dream when he joined his good friend Mike Reiner from back in Dallas, the guy he listened to growing up every morning on the radio.
Afternoon.
Every afternoon. I thought they were in the morning. So
They were
it was
an
an
afternoon show. Yeah.
And now he's doing a podcast called Your Dark Companion.
Yep.
And you facilitated a meeting between Reiner and the new manager of the Texas Rangers, Skip Schumacher.
Yes, I did. And, Reiner's a baseball lifer. When they opened the new ballpark, they brought him in they brought him in to say goodbye to the old ballpark. Like they did a whole feature. He was the guy. So he is as baseball as it gets. And he was very skeptical about Skip Schumacher. You got to remember, Skip Schumacher was on that Cardinals team that handed the Texas Rangers one of the most devastating moments in their entire franchise history. Nelson Cruz dropping that fly ball, David Freese coming around. Skip Schumacher was on that team. So they're like, oh, great. A Cardinal is coming in. That's how they roll, right? And I said, man, Ryan, you're going to love this dude. You're going to absolutely love him. And we talked on the podcast last week, and then they invited me back. And they invited me back because I knew Skip and I could get him back. And they wanted me to be on there with him.
You were AJ Hawk yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was just.
Skip, this was awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Woodsy, thanks for making this happen.
You're just holding
Thanks
both
for
of their
being there.
hands, to connect them.
Just sitting there. Just sitting. No, I did get to speak up a little bit, and Ryan's asked him how he started listening to Ben and Woods.
Yeah, very.
So did you do a show with Ben and Woods, a regular weekly thing or something?
No, he just listened, right? Just driving in.
Yeah, I lived in Orange County, which is about an hour away from Petco Park in San Diego, and as a coach. My family lives here. I didn't want to uproot them and move them, and so I would commute every single day. And I started listening back as a player when I was with the Dodgers to the radio show. His name is Dave Vassay up in LA. At me and my Nick Punto, who's a former player, who's my neighbor. We would listen on the drive up there, and it was just really cool to listen to a different perspective from either fans or radio hosts. And Dave Vassay was really good. So I decided I'm going to do the same thing on the way down to San Diego. And I decided to pick Ben and Woods. And it actually really started the year before COVID. But during COVID, it was unbelievable for me. Driving in, listening to Ben and Woods, and it was getting their perspective. They're really smart. I know he doesn't want to admit that, but they see the game in a different way that really opened my eyes in a fan's perspective. And so I was very interested to listen to them, and it just ended up being a friendship that lasted now the last 5 or 6 years.
You want to elucidate further on that, Woodsy?
Yeah, but you want to talk about panic is when, I ran into Skip at the ballpark, I think, down in the clubhouse. He's like, hey, I love your show. And I'm like, excuse me, you listen? And it is like the most terrifying feeling because you forget, Ryan's, and you know this, man, you get in there talking with your buddies and you're just talking and you forget that there are people listening. And it was a good lesson for me. And it still is. Like I told a story the other day and I got a text from Bud Black and he said, your story about the nude spa that you went to had me rolling at 6 a.m. And my mind just blew up. And I would go, buddy, you heard that? And he's like, hell yeah, I heard it. And it kind of makes me sick because you get loose in there and you're talking. And you're like, who's listening to this right now? And so we heard that and we loved Skip. We were so happy to have him with the organization, obviously. And I would bust his balls all the time about the Cardinal way because we played them in the playoffs and it was like, I'm like, who are you rooting for? It was really fun. And we are pretty like-minded as well. And like, I'm a dad, and I've leaned on Skip over the years. We're both big mental health advocates as well. So that's something that we connected over. There's a lot, man. And I admire him greatly. But it was a real panic that set in the first time. I'm like, you guys, the first base coach is listening. Well, you better clean it up. Like, we really better clean it up a little bit.
I know what you're thinking. I get it. That was the most self-serving clip.
Yeah, that's why we played it.
Any radio show has ever played.
That's why we played
You'll be absolutely right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how the game's played.
That's how the game's played. That's what you do. You gotta pump yourself up. Nobody else is going to. All right.
Kidding me? I'm clipping that part right now.
Post it on
and posting
Instagram.
it. Yeah,
Tell
100%.
Paulie, make sure everybody knows how smart we are.
Yeah, I mean, we need a promo. Ben and Woods.
They're the smartest.
They're the smartest people.
Yeah, it's great.
They know baseball so well. Their perspective is phenomenal on the sport of baseball.
I asked him, I do wonder too, like if you're a player, would you ever listen to this show or really any other show? I don't think I would. I don't think I can handle it. Like I don't go searching for my name or anything.
It says a lot about Skip that he actually made the conscious decision that I want to do this.
I want to do this
because you find that the people who tend to be, the right kind of people are willing to listen to people who disagree with them, that challenge them. It's not simply an echo chamber all the time. And you get in an echo chamber and all you hear are people who agree with you and, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. And you don't hear the other perspectives. It's a dangerous road to go down.
I mean, I had a guy yesterday, I was going back and forth with him about Tatis, and he said, this is why people think you're petulant. And I wrote, yeah, I know I'm petulant. I know I am. And I said, I have many faults. I absolutely do. I need to hear that sometimes. I need to be able to, living in an echo chamber it's fun sometimes. It's great. Sometimes you need it. Sometimes you need people around you telling you, no, you guys are on the right track. But you also need that guy that let me know this is why people think you're petulant, because you act like a petulant child. And I go, it hit me. And I got mad for a second. I go, no, he's right. He's absolutely right. And I said, no, you're right. I absolutely am and can be. But I'm working on it, totally working on it. It's a hard line, too, because when you're arguing on Twitter, if you and I are having a debate, when you're arguing on Twitter, there's a lot of nuance lost and a lot of sarcasm is gone. And you try to make your point without being a jerk. And then they start being a jerk, and then you have to be a jerk back. Well, then guess who's the petulant baby? But as a radio host, too, I also like to engage in debates. I'd be better served if I never went on Twitter, 100%. I'd be better served if I didn't. But I enjoy being available. I enjoy being willing to have a conversation. I don't admit I'm wrong very much on there. I'll be honest with you, because I feel like if I go to Twitter and put it up there, I'm putting my stamp on it. It's not one of those things where I go, all right, I see your point. Like if you're telling me Tatis sucks, I'm going to tell you he's not. And I'm going to give you evidence not to. And if that makes me petulant, I thought I was just trying to win an argument here, but that's just how it goes.
Now, do I feel like Mike Schilt shared the opinion of Skip Schumacher that Ben and Woods were, really smart baseball, radio hosts? I don't know that I think that, but I will say that Mike Schilt, not in an echo chamber, made me better over the last couple of years.
Unquestionably.
I learned a lot from him.
I did too. I had to put so much more thought into conversations and questions. I had to put way more than I should have. And I didn't necessarily like it all the time, because I'm like, why can't we just have a fun conversation and break balls and you can explain, whatever. But it wasn't that way. It just wasn't. And so you have to.
He challenged us a few times.
100%.
Sometimes I think he was wrong.
Yes.
Sometimes he was right.
Yes.
Too.
No question.
When he challenged us.
It's just part of the game.
And, that was a different perspective, totally different, opinion than Skip Schumacher. And, there's people out there that don't like this show at all. And that's absolutely fine. You're still listening, which we appreciate.
Yeah.
But, it's just interesting. And it was nice to hear Skip say that. You obviously are a lot closer with Skip than I am. I've texted him half dozen times. You text him regularly.
Yeah.
How often would you say you? A couple times a week?
Lately, it's been a lot.
Yeah.
With everything going on. With him, with us, it's been a lot. But we, during the season last year, wasn't very much because he wasn't doing a lot. He was doing a lot, but he wasn't in the spotlight, so to speak. So This year, he's going to be the manager. I'm not going to mess with him very much. He's managing a team. There's a lot that goes with that. But yeah, man, we'll certainly go out and see him in spring training. We'll go out and visit with him out there. And certainly do we play the Rangers next year?
We go
here?
out
Go
there.
to Texas, middle of the season, I think in June or so.
That could
Go to
happen
Texas,
as well. So but no, I mean, look, he would have been a great fit here. There's no question about it. He would have been a great fit for this team. The guys know him. They respect him. He did show me a text that he got from Fernando that said, "I'm so happy for you, Skip. That's amazing. Go kick some ass out there. Wish you were in a different uniform, but he said that's my favorite player in baseball is Fernando Tatis Jr. So take that for what
He's
it's
got
worth.
good taste.
He's like literally the most grounded human I know. And he's like,
He's also a manager of the year.
He's also manager of the year. And he's like, that's my guy. That's my favorite player in baseball. So, take that for whatever is worth. But it's nice for me to get the perspective because I send him stuff and he sends me stuff about his son, Brody. And I send him stuff about Bo and his baseball. And he was so kind when Bo made his pitching debut and struck out the side. And I sent him the video. He was like, F yeah, dude. Like, it's cool. And so he is a guy I'll lean on, Ben, in the upcoming years because he's been through all of this. The travel ball, the showcases, all the stuff that Bo really wants to end up doing. He's going to be my resource for it because he's lived it.
Meanwhile, the search for a new Padres manager is underway. We have heard really next to nothing. Speculation pretty much is all we've gotten, and that's mostly true of all the open jobs. There's not a lot of chatter. You heard the Angels were interested in Albert Pujols, and now it's come out that the Orioles are also interested in Albert Pujols. The name has certainly been mentioned in connection with the San Diego Padres.
Yep.
The Dominican heritage and whether that would be a good fit, a guy with that amount of star power and credibility coming into a clubhouse with guys like Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr. There's a certain logic to that the Padres would be interested in Albert Pujols.
You can logically connect anyone. Literally anyone. I mean, if you logically throw out a name, Scott Service, okay, no problem. Well, he's in the organization. He's already in the building.
Nick Hundley,
former Padre catcher, good idea of what goes on the field. Pretty fiery guy, but also a player's guy.
Rocco Baldelli,
has management experience. He led a young team in Minnesota.
But these are all names that just sort of make sense. AJ Preller could think there's no chance I'd be hiring that guy. It's, we don't know what's going on in his head or who's an actual candidate. We're simply
just throwing out names.
We're simply looking at the list and this seems reasonable.
What manager, what style, who is the right fit? Not actual names, but who is the ideal candidate? Because we've talked about it. It's kind of absurd that AJ's hiring his 5th full-time manager or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Not a lot of GMs do that, especially in just a span of 10 years.
Well, I'll be honest with you,
and
Paulie.
We've seen him we've hired the no names, we've hired the big names, we've hired the yes men, we've hired the veterans.
Be honest, I thought Bob Melvin was the right manager for this team. I was convicted in it. I have egg on my face because of that. He was not. Bob Melvin, and I don't hate Bob at all. I did piss me off when that season got away from them and he did nothing about it and quit. So Mike Schultz's case is a little bit different. I also thought when Schulte got here, I go, all right, I'm willing to give this guy a shot. And then I thought he was the right manager when we're winning winning playoff games. And,
he was the right manager. I think he was. I don't know that there was anyone.
Bob won twice as many playoff games as Schultz.
I don't think there's anyone who could have done a better job than Mike Schultz the last 2 years, getting more out of this team.
I mean, it's hard to say
with the same players.
It's hard to say that. I have no idea.
I don't think so.
Well, Pat Murphy could have done a better job.
I don't think so. I mean, he had the same players. I don't think that they hit more in the postseason with a different manager. It is what it is. I think he got the most out of the teams that he was given the last 2 seasons. Yeah. He was the right manager for the job.
So you ask what it looks like. In my mind, it looked like Bob Melvin. That was the one. I thought this is perfect. Garners respect, universally loved, 100% grades across the board. I spent hours digging into Bob Melvin, hours texting all sorts of former players and people that covered him. 100% marks back. 100.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did the same to Mike Schilt. I didn't get that. I didn't get 100% across the board. I didn't. And that's okay. He came in and won 90 games twice, took us to the playoffs, and now he's gone. So I don't know what it looks like, Paulie.
I don't either.
We can look back at the hires that AJ has made. And I think there's a certain logic in that. When the Padres were building and filled with, young players who were coming up and weren't expected to be competitive, he went with let's try to find lightning in a bottle, the next big manager, tried with Andy Green, tried with Jace Tingler. When they started adding to payroll and bringing stars in, all right, we need experienced guys who've done this before. Bob Melvin, Mike Schilt, managers of the year. This is still a team that is going to be trying to compete for a World Series title that has stars on the team. So my thinking is expect someone who's done this before, who already has a name established as the next manager. Does that mean that a guy like Ruben Niebla is out? A guy like Ryan Flaherty is out because they haven't done it before? I don't know. Maybe the fact that they're familiar with the organization gives them a leg up. But I don't see someone's bench coach from another team that has no knowledge of the San Diego Padres coming in and going, yeah, I'm the right guy to, lead this team that I don't know into the future. If it's a guy from outside the organization, I'm expecting it's going to be an experienced, a big name that's been there before.
Now, you can make the case for that guy, too, by saying, hey, you know what this organization needs? A fresh voice and a fresh set of eyes. You can make the case for anything. I can spin any line of BS on anybody they hire. Anybody.
You can. I don't.
And nobody knows if I'm right or wrong.
I don't really think the organization needs a fresh voice.
I'm just saying, if they did hire one, you could spin it.
I mean, you have a bad season, you need a fresh. Padres have had 2 good seasons back to back. I'm not going to evaluate everything based on whether they won game 3 against the Cubs or not. That doesn't mean you had a bad season. You had a good season. So you don't need a fresh, big changes being made. You had 2 good seasons. You want to try to keep as much of that as possible and then just figure out a way to win one more game in a postseason series. That does not mean major changes. That means almost no changes whatsoever.
But I'm just telling you, if AJ hires somebody that doesn't have any experience and is from out of the organization, you're going to have to make your peace with it. Because, again, here's the soup. Eat it or don't.
Most names that get floated out there are first-time managers.
A lot of them are. I've seen a lot of retreads, too.
I mean, I can understand internal candidates, Esposito, Niebla, Ellis, people who, because that would mean we want to keep as many things the same as possible because we like where we are. I could see someone who's done it before, who's been an established manager because we are trying to win and we need someone who's not learning on the job. I cannot see someone coming in who's never done it before and doesn't know the San Diego Padres and is going to want to make a bunch of changes. I just can't see that as being the direction AJ Preller or Eric Grupner or John Seidler are going to want to go.
Well, imagine.
Here's how I'm going to overhaul your organization.
Imagine thinking that they've ever done anything the way we think it should have been, or the way we thought it would be done.
That's true.
Right?
All right, let's take a time out. Let's get to Don't Do This is coming up next. Hey, it's not only Snapdragon Stadium that gets criticized for having a horrifically bad playing surface. We'll tell you where players are very upset with on the NFL level and Don't Do This coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First up, though, Prize Picks, daily fantasy for everybody. Millions of users, billions of dollars in awarded winnings with Prize Picks, where you're just picking against the numbers, setting lineups between 2 and 6 players with a chance to win real money while you're watching sports. And keep an eye out for all those special squares as well, opportunities to win big with their max discounts this week. Steph Curry discounted, only needing to go for more than half a point for their game on October 21st. First game of the professional basketball season coming up. Keep an eye out for Steph Curry, the discount, a max discount. You put that in your lineup with 5 more players, you have a chance to win just by picking more or less against the stat projections. Just make sure when you download the app, the Prize Picks app, you use the code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. It's code KWFN. Get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Easy to use, easy to put your money in with Venmo, Apple Pay, or MasterCard. And then, of course, you want it to be easy to take your money out when you win. I've done it before. It is. Money is in my account in minutes. And then, go back and win some more with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Padres smorgasbord coming up in about 10 minutes. First, though, it is time for Don't Do This. It is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do.
Set up a trust or will online at trustandwill.com.
Yes.
It is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. Woods, would you like to get us started?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
You have little ears in the car. We might want to turn this one down. I don't know how to do this. Cal Raleigh, his nickname is the Big Dumper.
Oh, I think I know what story you're talking about here.
There was a guy in a shirt when they were playing in Seattle, and he had a in Toronto. He's a Blue Jays fan.
Yeah.
And he had a shirt on, and he was front row, and it was in the shape of, well, a plug. And Ben came in the next day and goes, "That's a lava lamp." I said, "It's not a lava lamp. It's not. It's not a lava lamp.
Yeah, Mark Grant has one of those on his desk in the broadcast booth.
A lava lamp, but not what this is. This is something different entirely." And the gist of the shirt is, get it? Big Dumper, that shirt with that shape.
No,
thing,
please explain.
that. I guess, would you call it a marital aid? Potentially. So he wore it to the game.
He wanted
it
the Blue Jays to stop up the offense.
Correct.
Production
of Cal Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh.
Correct. I racked my brain for what that conversation with his wife sounded like as he left the house. "Hey, I'm going to wear this. I'm going to wear my lava lamp shirt."
Where are you
She's like,
sitting?
Honey,
"No."
where's my lava lamp
First
shirt?
row, right?
She's like, "You can't."
behind
He's
home
like, "No,
plate.
I'm doing it." And of course, Raleigh hits a home run in that game. They dominate. Well, now adult side Cam Soda has come out and said they want to hand out Cal Raleigh Big Dumper
Lava lamps.
lava lamps to fans. And I don't know that Cal's going to say, "Sure, use my name and image and likeness on these." But the VP, Darren Parker, said, "It's our way of giving fans a playful keepsake to commemorate your legendary swing. And let's be honest, your equally legendary nickname. If the team's open to having some fun with it, they won't be. We'd love to make the Big Dumper giveaway happen and spread a little cheeky joy throughout
Like
the
an
stands."
actual giveaway at the stadium.
At the stadium. Here you go, kid.
First 30,000 fans.
Get a Cal Raleigh.
I know they
lava
sometimes have
lamp.
giveaways that are only for like kids 16 and under.
Right.
Is this the first giveaway ever for adults
Is
21
that a
and
theme
over?
game ticket?
It's a theme game. Don't forget to get your theme game ticket for the
Padres.com/theme games.
You can't get your prize without a theme game ticket.
for the plug. I'm going to call that a "Don't Do This."
I will agree with you, and we will move on. You know what? It's not just Snapdragon Stadium. And by the way, haven't heard any complaints this year after the miserable playing conditions that existed as they were trying to dial in the grass last year, and you could see just how bad it looked, and players were complaining. They had to move a wave game from like home to road because conditions were so bad they were not even able to play. They seem to have ironed that out this year. Now, unfortunately, in Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium, they're experiencing some of the same problems. In fact, they got so bad for the Steelers-Browns game last week that players on both sides expressed outrage and concerns to their Players Association about the embarrassing playing surface. It looked terrible. Players said you just step on it and the grass would just basically come right off.
Was that the one where the kicker stepped and
just did a complete slide out?
His foot went down like 6 inches into the ground.
Chris Boswell is the one, missed a fourth quarter field goal as he was trying to plant his foot and it wouldn't plant. Special teams captain Miles Killebrew suffered a, quote, significant non-contact knee injury as he planted his leg on the turf. Cameron Hayward, Steelers captain, said, "I lost one of my teammates. Kind of makes me sad about it."
Yeah.
And he said, honestly, it was the field conditions at Acrisure Stadium. Mike Tomlin, the coach, asked about it. He said, "Yeah, can't hide it. It was terrible. They are addressing it. They're replacing the field. In fact, it had already been scheduled to be replaced, but didn't have time to do it before the game so it could get, settled and set in. So they had to play it on a really, really bad field. And it's kind of the debate, because most players will tell you they'd rather play on grass than artificial turf,
Sure.
which generally leads to more injuries and non-contact injuries. But they said, but that it can't be like that either. I mean, they want perfect, regular, natural grass turf to play on every single week. But when you're a winter sport, it's not always going to be ideal.
You are a gazillion trillion dollar entity, the NFL. No excuses.
It's hard, yeah.
I get it. But at what cost? The cost of player safety?
Should they have moved that game and played it somewhere else?
I don't know. Just get the field right the first time, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. But it's got to be right.
At some point, though, there's no amount of money that can fix it. Like, hey, we think the field's going to be good, and then you're like 5 days, this thing's not looking great, and we can't. It's too late to replace it. It's too late to do anything about it, and then you're just stuck. And it's
literally stuck.
We'll replace it immediately after this game, but until we play it, there's nothing we can do about it.
All right, let's do a little doo-doo this. This got me.
DD mega doo-doo.
So I love this dude's attitude. I really do. I think his outlook on life is really fascinating. It's not me. It's not anybody in this room. But Cam Scatterbo is a guy that I'm pretty fascinated by and have been for a while. And he is a rookie in the NFL. And they wrote an article about him yesterday that had me in stitches. So it's an ESPN story. They're asking Giants teammates to describe Cam Scatterbo. And it's exactly what you'd expect. And it says in parentheses, complimentary. Apparently he is. So they asked some of the Giants. So running back, Tyrone Tracy Jr. So they're in the same pod, running backs. Because everyone tells me, bro, get your rook. I'm like, bro, what do you want me to do? Tell him to be quiet? He's always yelling. He's very loud. We'll be in meetings. And Scat asks a question. He just yells it out. He might be wrong, but he'll yell it out. And everyone looks at me. I'm like, bro, what do you want me to do? It's nothing crazy, but he's always yelling. Whether it's yelling out stuff in the meeting room or just screaming when he goes out to practice, he's just very loud. I think if you paid him to be quiet for a day, he couldn't do it. Another one of his teammates says he blurts out anything. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong, but it's always loud. That's in every meeting we have. He's as genuine as they come. He's genuinely an idiot. It's not. He doesn't know where he's at.
As long as he's genuine.
Most rookies, when they first get into the league, are like, oh, my God, it's the NFL. For him, it's just another day playing football. He doesn't know he's a rookie. He has no idea, right? He just is in there having a blast every single day. Dante Miller, running back, says, I've never seen anyone chew seeds as loud as him. Everything he does is loud. What's that crazy cartoon character? That's the Tasmanian devil. He's like that, but he chews his seeds very loud. First time I ever met him, says Daniel Bellinger, we're in the sauna. We go into the ice tub. We're sitting in there in the ice tub. And this guy, right when we get in, he just starts yelling. He's like, ah! I'm like, are you okay? This guy's a little different. I've never met another teammate quite like him. He's just himself. And again, I think the part that I liked was like how much joy he takes in his job every single day. And I like the part too where it says he doesn't know he's supposed to be a quiet rookie. He's just there to play football. And he's a really fascinating dude. Really, really, like we talked about him. He's got that Gronk effect to him. And like, he's not dumb. He's not dumb. He's just himself. And I thought that was a really cool story. His teammates, you could tell, probably the first couple of days, it probably started to grate on him. And then they're like, no, that's just this guy. That's who he is.
If it's genuine,
yeah,
great. I think
it's genuine.
I still think there are going to be some guys that
it rubs the wrong way
and just try to avoid him. Like if we had someone like that, I'd probably be like, yeah, I'm glad he's him, but yeah, I'm just going to walk on this side of the building, and if I see him coming, I'm going to duck into another room because I don't want to deal with that every day.
He is really having he's having a good year. He's backing it up, the whole thing on the field as well. I thought that was really refreshing. Imagine a new rookie walking into the Padres clubhouse like that. You know what I mean? What the players would do. I think, you need that. Remember that guy for the Giants, that Drew Gilbert guy that was like choking and stuff. It would be insane when he first got there, but after a while you're like, oh, that's our guy. That's our mascot. And I think that's what Cam Scatterbo is. Refreshing, I think, in the NFL.
It's like the kid who came into Shawshank that
Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy. I know the old guys. They
We
Tommy.
liked him almost instantly. Didn't work out well for
Sad
Tommy.
ending for Tommy.
Hopefully it ends up better for Cam.
Scatterbo.
Yeah, than Tommy.
And that is don't and do this for a Thursday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Smorgasbord up next. Who is the Padre that you think is going to take the biggest leap from 2025 to 2026? We'll talk about the roster up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
I may be going to have lunch today at 7 Mile Casino. Been having a hankering for the 24/7 players menu Kung Pao chicken. Got a story shoot down there in Chula Vista, so I'll be in the neighborhood if I can make it out. I might be there later today. It is our place to play cards, to have a good time, and it is so easy to get to right off the 5 freeway there in Chula Vista.
What are you going to have?
Kung Pao chicken.
Of course you were going to have the Kung Pao chicken. Now I'm actually getting a little jealous because it's so good. Everything they do is right at 7 Mile Casino. Got all the card games you're looking for. They got Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, Baccarat, and, of course, California-style blackjack. You going to play anything while you're there? Maybe a couple hands of blackjack?
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a full work day, so
You
I don't
do.
know how much time I have for everything, but if I can, at least want to get there for lunch and have a nice meal today.
Well, everybody should check it out for themselves. Been a longtime supporter and partner of the Ben and Woods program, so we'd appreciate that very much. Head on out to 7 Mile Casino. You won't be disappointed. It's just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Coming up at 8:30, Eno Saris' weekly Smart Baseball appearance from The Athletic. All guests on Ben & Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. You were just saying during the break you have to do another background check for Little League this year.
I do. I'm coaching 2 teams in the spring.
Put David P. Shapiro on that.
Why?
Well, I'm sure he can get you out of any background check difficulties.
I haven't done anything. I'm good,
Okay,
but I
good.
just did one, so I guess it's smart. I could have gone on a killing spree between last season and this.
They wouldn't want you back as Little League coach if
That's
that was the case.
Oh, you're facing capital murder charges? We're going to pass on you doing the background check.
All right, it is going to be time for our Padres smorgasbord topic of the day. We will get to that after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Crash the coastline, southbound at 5. This is near the racetrack. Appears to be blocking the HOV lane. Another vehicle over to the right shoulder. Up ahead before Del Mar Heights Road, we have reports of some trash debris in the slow lane. Also some defective traffic signals northbound 5 at the Dairy Mart Road exit, causing a bit of confusion. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Padres smorgasbord.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Call it something else.
But we didn't.
Someone asked, what's the lifespan of the smorgasbord? Is it until we get a manager? Is it until the offseason? Are we playing this every day? Is it until Ben runs out of topics?
I mean, like, if we're gonna get down to like, what's your favorite sandwich at Petco Park? You know what I mean? Like, are we gonna have enough?
You just tell me when it's over. I will continue to feed you topics, and one day you will go,
I can't do it
you
anymore.
are scraping the bottom of the smorgasbord barrel. We can end
it now.
We can end.
We've eaten it all.
I don't think we're there yet. And we'll have more. As the off season continues, they're going to add new players. You're going to have to start figuring more specifics out, like lineup. But we can't do any of that until we kind of know who's on the team. But one thing we do know are the players who we expect are going to be coming back for 2026. And I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind that if you want the Padres to get, all the way, win a World Series, they're going to need better performances from some of the guys who are already on their roster. Today's Padres smorgasbord question is, which player do you see the biggest jump coming from 2025 to 2026? And that really can be anyone. keep in mind, though, if you're picking Fernando Tatis Jr., coming off a 6-WAR season, you're pretty much saying that he's going to jump to be the MVP. I think that's a legitimate possibility in selection, but where they were in 2025 informs your kind of pick here for where you think they're going to be in 2026.
I mean, is there a different does anybody actually have a different answer than the very massively obvious one of Jackson Merrill?
It's a good one. It's not my answer.
Really?
That was mine.
That's mine too.
Hi, this is Jackson Merrill.
Hi, Jackson.
What kind of season would you think that would be a big jump? He wasn't bad this year. He had some injuries, but
I think, well, again, yeah, staying on the field is promised to no one.
I was
right?
surprised when I pulled up his stats. He had 115 games and 483 plate appearances. Now he did miss a good chunk of time, but that's about a full season. That's
264, 16 home runs, 774 OPS. I mean, how much better do you think I think he can definitely be better.
I think he can be better.
I don't know that he's going to be hugely better.
His OPS in
24. 826.
826.
Okay. I mean, if he gets back to that, that's great.
That's fantastic.
I feel like there's probably other players who were less contributors in this last season who might be and have a bigger impact. I immediately went more to the pitching side of things.
Did you?
Because they're going to need
Joe Musgrove doesn't count.
Pitching. Yeah, throw out Joe Musgrove. He injured all year. Certainly, he's going to hopefully contribute more than he did last year.
If he pitches one pitch,
Dan, one of the things I thought Freddie Fermin was a really good answer. Potentially, given his first real opportunity to be a starter from spring training on, going to learn the pitching staff, for months, just be in a better place going forward. I think he's got that, what do you call it? The dog in him.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Freddie Fermin is an excellent answer from the position player side, but Padres are going to need pitching. They're going to need starting pitching as well. And where is it going to come from? I kind of looked at the minor leagues. I mean, a guy like Omar Cruz, we saw a little bit. Is he going to end up being a starter? I go, no, I don't think he's the guy. Is it a bullpen guy who jumps up? I don't think there's Adrian Morejon can't really be much better than he was. Mason Miller can't be better than he was. One guy who's probably going to surprise you that I think is going to play a key role for the Padres in 2026. You're going to roll your eyes.
Oh, God, I know what's coming.
You're going to groan.
Oh, no.
But he's going to get a lot of starts.
Oh, no. Don't say it.
He's left-handed.
No, don't say it.
He's had multiple 2 to 3 WAR seasons in the past.
He's going to say it.
And he's got a full off season to work with Ruben, the lab, spring training. I think JP Sears is going to be an important and a jump forward member of the San Diego Padres in 2026. You're all dismissing it because you saw like 3 bad starts from JP Sears. He's a better pitcher than that. There's a reason why AJ Preller wanted him on this team. It's tough to adjust in the middle of the season to a new roster, to new coaches and everything. But given an off season and given the Padres' glaring need for starting pitching, he's going to get opportunities. And the track record would suggest he's going to be not an all-star necessarily, but a guy who is going to put you up maybe a 2.5 to 3 WAR season as a pitcher. You need that more than anything else right now. And a 3 WAR jump from where he was, and he wasn't good with the Padres, would be a huge addition to the Padres rotation. They kind of need JP Sears to step up and be a guy for them next year.
So needing a guy to step up is different than expecting a guy.
But he has the experience of doing it before, too.
I mean, his career ERA is like 4.5. So I'm not expecting, him to, and we don't even know that he's the 5th starter on this. He could be the friggin' 3rd starter on this team or the 4th as it stands right now. I have no idea. Yeah. I mean, we need it for sure. We need it, but
we saw the
whatever AJ saw in him. I'll just say this: AJ knows more than I do, and I didn't see it. I didn't.
We
see
saw
a lot
it in that one game. Remember, he was dominating. It was the Rockies.
Was the one where we're up a bunch and he just wore it for a while?
No. He pitched really well, and then it fell apart. Like in the 4th, he struck out 8 in the first 3 innings.
That's right, and then just completely melted down.
Yeah, kind of had a quick meltdown. But there is good stuff in there.
Is there?
And I do think so. I mean, I think there's a pitcher in there. There's something that AJ saw, and I'm going to give him some faith.
Okay.
And the Padres need a lefty in their rotation.
Wow.
They need pitching badly. He's going to get it. He's going to get a huge opportunity.
He will have
next season for the San Diego Padres.
He will have He will have an opportunity. He will. Okay, she says, Woods, you remember how you felt about Kolek and Vasquez at the end of last season? I do. I think for me too, and I'll admit this, I do get lulled in like everybody does. I get sucked into velo. I do. It's the way of the world these days. And I look at Vasquez and I look at Sears, and I'm like, if you're off a quarter inch, man, it could be the roughest day for you out there. They're not guys that have big velo. Their fastball doesn't play, at the big league level. Randy's able to get outs. He's really, really good. But I'll get behind that in the fact that we need that from him. We absolutely need that from JP Sears. I just don't know. Just not seeing it. I just don't see it.
It's fair. I mean, he didn't give you a reason to
not really
believe it. But we haven't watched JP Sears that much. I think it's a mistake to jump to the conclusion that he's just a guy that you're going to throw away. They're not going to throw him away at all.
How old is he? 26?
JP Sears.
29.
29?
29-year-old thumber, man, is what he is. He's a thumber. And okay, like Randy Vasquez is not actually. Randy at the end of the year was throwing 97 miles an hour.
Randy
man.
Vasquez, I think, is too good.
He's
to
too
really
good this
be
year
considered
to be considered. Yeah,
a huge jump guy.
He was our second best pitcher last
it's
year.
Crazy.
Behind
It's crazy that guy. JP Sears' fastball averages about 93, and that's now a slow throwing guy.
Yeah, he's a thumber.
That used to be.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh my God, this is our flame throwing fastball. I mean, it's now that's your change of pace guy at 93.
I mean, I'd love.
I'd
love. Here's the funny thing about JP Sears. It's one of those deals, Ben, where you look at it and you go, okay, let's say he goes out and pitches 180 innings, and he's one of those 13-9 guys, right? Pretty good year, right? These days, especially. Hey, that's phenomenal.
It'd be like a 3 WAR probably, right? If he gets a solid number of innings in.
Then you face the Dodgers in round 1. Does he get a start?
No. I don't think so. But you're going to need to replace Dylan Cease's innings. I mean, just the innings.
Oh yeah, you're going to have to replace the innings. Yes. Yeah.
And it's not like Dylan Cease had any better than a 4.5 ERA this year either.
Yep.
He may have had the stuff.
Dylan has the
like
stuff.
You've got it.
Yep.
But I think JP Sears can replace 2025 Dylan Cease.
Yeah, he basically, if you could replicate what Dylan Cease did, those exact numbers, that's valuable to the San Diego Padres.
I think it's very valuable to the San Diego Padres, and I think he can actually do that.
Pat says 93 is different from a lefty, not for big leaguers. It's not. He's a 4 or 5 ERA.
You need
guy.
a lefty in your rotation.
You do.
Padres were 2 right-handed in their starting rotation. We'll come back. Hour number 3. Saris, we got Real or Fake on a Throwback Thursday. Chance to win the trip to Las Vegas and more. Don't go anywhere. 2 hours to go on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, yeah, we're halfway home on a Thursday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Appreciate you guys being here with us every morning, however you choose to consume Ben and Woods. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Benjamin, wanted to let you guys know a lot of talk this week about mental health. Tons, right? And my men's group that I started is back Saturday, 11 a.m. at the Sanctuary by the Lost Abbey, 1215 San Alejo Road in San Marcos. It's like I tweeted, if you need a place, you feel heard and supported, this is it. Would love to see you there. And yeah, it's very informal. Somebody tweeted me last night and said, Woodsy, do you have a website or a summary that I could provide to a male friend to see if he'd want to join? Or is this tweet basically it? I said, it's pretty much bare bones. This is kind of it. I don't have a nonprofit or anything like that. I don't have a website. I do have a Discord. I haven't checked it in a while. I'm not great at the Discord at all. I wish I was, but I'm not. And but we will be there in person, 11 a.m. on Saturday.
Glad you waited and didn't try to do the virtual one you were discussing last week.
As am I. Could have created a lot of problems. So I'm very much looking forward to it.
Speaking of mental health, I know there's a lot of people who say we'd all be better off if we didn't spend so much time on our phones.
Oh, yeah. God.
Made more real connections with people.
Yes.
And they may be right. I had a story on Channel 10 last night that I read on the news, a restaurant in Washington, D.C. that they lock your phone away when you go. It's like a restaurant and bar, and they put your phone in a little baggie. They keep it for you. They don't let you have it during your meal.
Some musical artists do that as well. Jack White makes people put their stuff in a bag before it. It's not because you're bootlegging or anything like that. He doesn't care about that. It's because he wants you to be in the moment.
And I understand the concept, but this happened to me yesterday. I was in a hurry, leaving for work. Hate when I'm in a hurry, but I had to get to an interview at a certain time. And I get in the car and I realize about 8 to 10 minutes into my drive, I have left my phone.
What time is this?
This is about 12:15. So just after noon. I'm supposed to be down there at 1. I'm gonna make it.
8 minutes, you say?
Yeah.
8
so
minutes.
you're on the freeway.
It pained me. I just was about to get on the freeway. And as much as it pained me, it really wasn't a hard call. I'd rather be late than not have my phone all day.
Yeah.
And I turned around and I had to, rush, run into the house, find the phone. Where did I leave it? Oh, I left it in the bathroom. Go grab my phone, get right back into the car, left it running, made it just in time. But I added a ton of stress to my life because I needed. I couldn't even conceive of the idea.
You can't fathom it.
Of not having my phone for the entire day. How would I even start?
What time would you have come back?
Not until 10 at night. Yeah.
There's no way.
Like 9 straight hours. No one knows how to get a hold of me. I don't have a landline in my office anymore.
Nope.
You would have.
What about your pager that you carry? They can't page you?
Don't have a pager. I mean, you can ask someone else for like their phone and text
3 people.
Like 3 people whose number I actually know that aren't programmed into my phone and say, hey, I don't have my phone today. Try to send an email to people and say, I don't have my phone. So if you want to contact me, walk over to my desk. We text at work. Like, you're in a different part of the building. That's how you communicate with people. And I just didn't know what to do. Like, I have to have my phone. It kind of scared me a little bit how much I needed to have my phone with me to feel like comfortable and safe and complete. Like, and we grew up, we didn't have phones when we were kids, but now I need it.
I didn't have a phone till I was out of college. I mean, really, like I did not. And that was,
I think I got my first phone in middle school, 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
Like a prepaid or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'll never forget the days of college with, let's say your friend group is 5 people and you would call them on their landline. They weren't home. You left them a voicemail. Hey, it's Woodsy. Going to go down to Hamilton's at 7. And you don't hear anything. And then you go down to Hamilton's and no one's there. So you go to the payphone outside and you use your calling card and you call your voicemail and you punch in all the codes. You call your answering machine. Hey, what's up, Woodsy? It's Rob. We actually didn't go to Hamilton's. We're over at Mike's. Okay, great. I'm going to go to Mike's. So I hang up, go over to Mike's. They're gone. you call back, hey, we're actually at Hamilton's now. So you go down to Hamilton. You're like, hey, finally, we do this.
Which we can now avert with one simple text that takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Apostle OFC says, I've left my phone at home by accident. Didn't go back for it. Was out all day. Easily one of the better days I've had in the last few years. LOL. I can see that. I can certainly see the piece of not having your phone and the appeal to it. But I would be a mental wreck, like not knowing someone's trying to reach me.
I've
There's
got
an
two
emergency.
small kids and a wife, and I wouldn't want them to worry, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's obviously, if I was single, it's a different story altogether. I probably wouldn't want to be on my phone. But, or maybe I would if I was single.
Might be on your phone more.
Might be on my phone more. I don't know that that's possible. No one is more online than me. No one on the planet. But you have to do it. I lost mine last night for 7 minutes. I was taking off my shoes. I put my shoes up in their cubby and put my phone up there too. Went in, got the kids ready for bath and whatever. I started feeling for my pockets, didn't have it. I looked in the kitchen, it wasn't there. And I'm like, where is it? And my phone's off. Like I have no sound on my phone ever. It never dings, never. It's always off. So I have to constantly check it to see if anybody's texting me. So I walk in and I'm like, where's my phone? I can't play the little, the little sound, the ping, because it won't show up. You can't call me because I won't be able to hear it. So I'm walking around. Finally, I go, oh, closet. And I go, there it is, sitting on the little perch. And I was like 7 minutes, and it was sheer panic of where is it? Where did I leave it? But I don't know how to do it.
I've never left the house without my phone.
Never.
I mean, if I have it 10 years ago, it's been a long time. I'll tell you what works for me, Ben. First of all, you don't plug your phone in your car, right? You just listen.
I do not. I just plug it in at night, and then I plug it in at work.
So
PGA Tour radio comes in over his Sirius.
See, I listen to Sirius too, but I just listen through the
through
app.
my phone, yeah.
With my phone already plugged in. Like the first thing I do when I get in my car is I plug my phone in. I use the Apple CarPlay, navigation, music, and all of that. So I would know right away as soon as I sat down. I also have an Apple Watch, which is paired with my phone. If you are separated by X amount of feet from your phone, your watch will start buzzing. It'll say it's losing the connection to your phone, meaning your phone's not on you. It's a couple 100 feet away somewhere.
It's not really a problem. I tap I keep my phone in my pocket. I do the tap just to make sure it's there. I don't know why I didn't. This is the first time it's happened in years that I've been without my phone. But again, it kind of bothered me how much it bothered me that I didn't have it. And I felt incomplete without having it. You don't want to be that dependent, but it also reminded me. And when I was a kid, my mom would tell you, I was a nervous child, and one of the things that frightened me when I was a child was that I wouldn't get picked up at school.
100%.
And I go back and think, if I had just had a phone and my mom could text, I'm 5 minutes out. And what a comfort that would have been.
It is.
How less stressed I would have been every single day. Like walking out of school and looking like, where's your car? Is she here? Is she here?
Worst,
like,
right?
Are they going to forget me? Did something happen to them during the day? And
Yeah.
I'm worried about it. Like all day, like would someone actually be there?
Yes.
They always were. My mom was a good mom, was there to pick me up every day, but I was nervous about it. And just knowing, like, my kids, when I wanted them to have phones, just to know, like, yeah, you need me, I'm there. I can text you, let you know, everything's gonna be okay. We're in communication.
Think about being like 9 years old and your mom picks you up in the pickup line, pretty much the same spot every day, but got there 5 minutes late. They hit a red light, and now a couple more cars showed up, and now she's around the corner, and now she's not in her normal spot, and you're like, where the hell are you?
Yeah, I mean, Hannah tells the story all the time. Her mom forgot to pick her up one time. Just forgot to get her from school, and she's sitting out there waiting. And she said it traumatized me forever. So when people look down their noses at us for buying our 7-year-old an Apple Watch, she's like, it's never gonna happen to him, never. And now that dude can text me. Today's one of those days where I got a bunch of stuff going on. And no, tomorrow is the day. I got a bunch of stuff going on. He's got half day. I'm going to be there, but I'm not going to be in my normal spot. I'm going to be there. You may have to stand outside for a while, but all I got to do is shoot him a text. Hey, buddy, I'm here. Just wait. I'll be pulling up in the line. It's such a relief for him, for me. But like, she's like, I never want them to feel that. I want them to always be able to get in touch with me. Now he can't it's very restricted. He can text like 5 people, but we now know where he is and we can communicate with him. I think there's 2 ways to look at it. One is life is infinitely better with the phone. It's infinitely better. Not even close.
I think so too.
There are days, though, when I'm with my family that I have to remind myself, yesterday was a perfect day. I got into the Twitter beefs, right? And I'm spiraling. I'm drowning in the Twitter beefs. And then I got to go in for a 30-minute parent-teacher conference. And as I'm walking into the room, I'm looking at my phone. And I had to physically, I had to tell myself, put your phone away, dude. Put it away. Focus on what's important. But I had to tell myself because I was in the death spiral. So I do think, people do look at technology and they get all domed out about it. Life's infinitely better with it. It's infinitely better. Infinitely.
Yeah.
Life is so much easier.
Seen a lot of stories in the chat. Yeah, my dad left for 3 hours after school one day, left me. Everyone remembers the day that their parents forgot them at school.
I was always in latchkey, so I was always there till like 5:30. So my school day was 8:30 to 5:30 every day, pretty much waiting for my parents to get off work. And then when you go home, when you're old enough to go home alone, you do that. But that was a terrifying feeling. Are my parents going to pick me up? And I don't want ever my kids to feel mom and dad aren't coming today.
You don't think as a kid, especially like 6, 7 years old or whatever, you're not thinking, oh, my parents aren't here, but this is an easy fix. I just go to the teacher. They'll make a phone call, and figure it out. You're just thinking,
you're panic.
I'm stuck here forever. This is my new life now.
I live here now.
I am an orphan.
The place I hate the most. This is where I live. I'll eat hot dogs and mac and cheese.
You're not thinking I'm in a safe place. There's people that care about me and are thinking of my well-being.
They don't care about me anymore.
Yeah,
I'm on my own.
They're off to happy hour.
I don't need to fend for myself in this cold, cruel world.
My mom and dad are at happy hour, and I'm here. And the sad thing is, we left. There are millions of kids that have experienced that, and that is what breaks my heart. And that's why I said, "Yep, guess what? You do have an Apple Watch. Enjoy it, and don't abuse it, and use it when you need to." And we have it in school mode all day. And the minute he steps out of class, Hannah turns it on. And he can text us, anything he needs. So it is, it's better. It is better, Ben.
And you can know exactly.
Yep, I know exactly where he is. We don't beat yourself up because your life without it is way worse. It's not even close.
Bro, a couple of days ago, a couple weeks ago, I should say, I misplaced my new AirPod Pros that I got. Had them for like a week. I was so excited. Couldn't find them.
Oh, Find My.
Find My?
The best.
I'm like, they're in the middle of San Diego. Like, what happened? What happened? It was the day we moved, and they somehow fell into a box.
No.
Not like out of my pocket. I must have been moving something because I usually keep them in my left pocket, and they must have fallen out. They ended up in a box, and they were just in the moving truck going from Escondido into San Diego.
Yeah.
And I thought, they're gone. Somebody stole my AirPods,
right?
Babe. Like, I know exactly where do I go find this person? Do I confront him? I'm like, it's in the moving truck.
In the moving truck.
But able to know, like, the fact that if it were stolen, I was able to know exactly where it was.
If I lose my keys, my wallet, my phone, my AirPods, I can track it within 30 seconds.
Did I tell you the weird thing that happened with my Find My once? I think I did.
No. Did
you?
I
looked at the Find My and I saw my kids, both of their phones, where they were, and Ted Leitner's phone, which was so weird. Like,
how do you not tell us this?
I don't know how I got the Find My, but it was like, and Ted Leitner's iPhone it was in Encinitas. It was, a house somewhere. I assume where he lives.
Why is Ted Leitner at Pacers?
I have no idea why I was able to track Uncle Teddy's phone. It was weird. I don't think I can anymore. I can't anymore. I don't think I can. This was a couple years ago.
Did you slip an air tag into his pocket when you saw him last?
No, I did not.
I had one instance where I went up to a bachelor party a couple years ago, and we were all coming from different areas, and we're like, hey, we're at this bar, and a bunch of people started sharing their location. You can share your location for an hour, for the end of the day, or
forever.
Indefinitely. And like a month later, I'm like, why does it say that Justin's in San Francisco on my phone? I'm like, oh, he did the indefinitely share. I'm like, hey bro, I don't need your location
Did
anymore.
Teddy share his location with you?
Not on. I mean, I never asked him to, but apparently he may have done so inadvertently. And at that point, I could, stalk him wherever I wanted.
So wait, if you go to Find My and go to People, Ted Leitner's name is no longer.
I don't
up.
think it's there anymore, but it used to be. I mean, I saw it a number of
ask
times.
To follow him right now.
Yeah,
like ask to share his location.
He'll be like, "What in the world?" There's my kids. Oh, there's Uncle Teddy.
But now I'm wondering whose location, who have I shared it unintentionally? Can people track me?
Who's watching you?
That's
I want you to share
weird.
it with me because I want to know where you are at all
Do you?
times. No, not even a little.
You can do that. You just on our text thread at the top or
share
as
location.
The name, just hit share locations.
I don't even like to turn on read receipts.
No,
I don't want you to know that I've read the text or not.
100%.
But I like it when other people do.
So,
you've read my text.
Yeah.
A new upgrade.
I don't want you to know that I've read it.
I've recently discovered I got the new iPhone 17 and it's got the new software. Group texts, I can now see bubbles typing, like who's typing. You never used to be able to do that.
Specific,
nice.
like bubbles of different.
Like
people.
it would have your picture next to the bubble.
Nice.
Like I can be like, "Ooh, it's the group chat," and Ben is typing right now.
You can also
He's
have the
responding.
background picture behind the text of the person who, if you have a picture of them, it appears behind the text. Is that not new? I don't have that on mine
Samsung's
yet.
had that forever.
All of you people out there that put your notification silence bit on, you're all clowns. All of you. Nobody's that
Notifications are
important.
silent.
Yeah.
It's the focus. You don't know what it means.
I'm going to send the text anyway. And sometimes I'm going to send it. I'm not going to send it quietly. I'm going to send it loudly. Ooh, don't bother me. I'm turning my notifications off. It's after 8 o'clock.
If
I
you
can't
knew
be bothered.
what the focus feature was and how
Stupid.
it worked, it would actually enrich your life.
It wouldn't.
Should I notify you anyway?
Yeah, yes.
I want you to play Yakety Sax
Yes,
when I send my text.
Play the Benny Hill song when you call me.
Exactly.
Play the tuba, Paulie, when you call me. Settle down, all of you notification silence people. Just settle down out there. Easy, Mr. President. Sorry to bother you with this text at 8:30 at night. Relax.
You probably need a phone to play Real or Fake in our next segment. If you don't have one, you're out of luck. If you do have one, call now, 833-288-0973. A chance to qualify for the Jerry Seinfeld tickets and the trip to Las Vegas in our Throwback Thursday game, 833-288-0973. We'll get to that after traffic coming up next year. Ben Woods and Paul on 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I get to tell you about SDFatLoss.com. I've told you about my journey. It happened 2 summers ago, over 2 years ago, when I lost 40 pounds in 60 days by following the strategies that were set out for me at the beginning of the plan by my counselor, my coach, who will tell you how to change your eating habits, how to change a couple of really small things, and lose weight fast, up to a pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. And you do it without any injections, no worry about any side effects, and you don't have to exercise to lose the weight either. You're eating real food from grocery stores, even restaurants, because you got simple steps to become a fat-burning machine. Get your free consultation now by going to SDFatLoss.com. Join me, my colleagues here at 97.3 The Fan, and Tier 1s who've lost thousands of pounds throughout San Diego over the past couple of years. And right now, if you sign up before October 31st, you're going to get $200 off. They're calling it the fall special. What it really means is if you start now, by the time 2026 rolls around, you'll already be a new you, your best self. You won't have to worry about those New Year's resolutions at all because you'll already be the size that you want to be. Thanks to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
We've got no time to waste, Paulie tells me. We got Eno Saris coming up in our next segment. So let's play today's Throwback Thursday game of Real or Fake.
Some are here for the compelling sports talk with Ben and Woods. You can go plow through another donut. It's time for Real or Fake on 97.3 The Fan. Tell the people what they'll win today.
Real or Fake brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Charles. Are you there?
I am. How are you guys doing?
We're good. Pretty simple
buddy.
game today. If you can get 4 out of 7 right, you will qualify for our monthly grand prize drawing trip to see Jerry Seinfeld at Caesars at the Coliseum in April 17th to be specific. You can get your own tickets to the show at Ticketmaster.com. You're also going to get a 2-night stay at the Flamingo and a $100 gas card. You even have a phone a friend to Woods to help you out here. So here's what we got for you. Last week, you might remember, we tested your knowledge of Chinese Basketball Association teams. This should be a little easier. Much closer to home. San Diego Gulls open their AHL home schedule on Saturday at Pechanga Arena. Today on Real or Fake, I'll give you a team nickname. You tell me if it's a real club in the American Hockey League or a fake I've thrown in to fool you. Charles, you ready to play?
I am.
Would you have any idea?
Some.
All right. Round number 1.
Not great.
The Phantoms. Real or fake, Charles?
I'm going to say fake.
Fake.
Same.
It's real. Lehigh Valley Phantoms. All right. That's okay.
Who is
Over
it?
1. Lehigh Valley.
Okay.
I think it's in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Round number 2. The Salmon. Real or fake?
You had to pick hockey, didn't you?
Yeah, he sure did, didn't he?
Right.
Minor league hockey.
Hockey.
The Sam. I'm going to say fake.
Fake.
Yeah. Well, I thought that sounded fake,
There we
so I
go.
thought you might go the other way. All right. 1 right. Round 3. The Denali. Real or fake?
Oh.
Hmm.
No, that sounds like a real one.
Real.
Damn got you on that one. All right, round
So
number
Chevy,
4.
isn't
You're
it?
still alive. Yukon Denali.
Yukon. Chevy's Yukon, isn't it?
But they also, it's a mountain in Alaska, and they
Okay.
play hockey up there.
That's
So
what I was
give it a
thinking.
try.
You know, Alaska,
All right.
All right, round number 4. The Checkers.
Okay.
What?
The Checkers.
That's got to be fake.
Got to be fake. Fake.
Charlotte Checkers
Shut
from
your
the
pie hole.
AHL. Now we are okay. We're up
Come
against it
on,
here.
man.
We're 1-3. You need to get 3 in a row correct. Let's try the Flurries. The Flurries.
real.
It's fake.
Oh.
fake.
Wow.
No.
Really?
I'm sorry, Charles. Yeah, that was fake.
Sorry, Charlie.
Better luck next time. I'm sorry.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
The Monsters.
Fake.
Real. Cleveland. The Leviathan.
Fake.
There we go. We got something right. All right.
That was
No
a fun
winner
one.
today. Hey, you know what? That gives other people an opportunity to qualify tomorrow in Take on Woods.
Really,
All right,
I really
Charles.
enjoyed that.
Let's take a timeout. We get some time for Eno Saris, talk baseball playoffs, and more smart baseball with our friend from The Athletic coming up next year on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But first, everybody, want to tell you about the work that they're doing over at Loan Pronto right now. If you're a homeowner, you definitely want to listen up. Loan Pronto doing incredible things. Their rate reduction home loan program, streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. You could lock in a fixed rate on a new mortgage as low as 4.99% APR close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. And the kicker is you could skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Rates this low will not last, so do not wait. Call Loan Pronto now. Free, no obligation quote. They're pretty great at what they do. Lower payments, more money in your pocket, and a fresh start with a better mortgage. 619-207-4336 or go to loanpronto.com. Lock in your new low rate. Skip those next 2 payments. Don't let high rates hold you back. 619-207-4336 or go to loanpronto.com. Get the process started on the website. Again, loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. Saris is on a dog walk right now, but he's standing by. He's going to get his affairs in order. And then will join us.
I heard a lot of commotion on the phone during the break. And he said, hang on. I got a dog nemesis, neighborhood nemesis.
You've have dogs.
Don't anymore.
But you did.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take them on walks?
No, I slide them in the backyard.
That's what I thought. See, now my dogs always needed a walk every day. And there's nothing. They would pull on the lead. Like another dog was coming. And it was always an incident every time.
Every time.
And I'd have to grab with both hands.
Super fun.
Like hold them back. And they were just happy to see the other dog, but it didn't
tails
matter.
are wagging. They just want to go play.
They just wanted to go play, but it was a nightmare every single time. I'd go, there's a dog 500 yards away. Turn around, go the other direction.
Poor Eno.
Yeah. We'll get to Eno, see how he's doing after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. A couple problems in the North County. Westbound 78 past Sycamore. Somebody dropped a bucket in lanes, and guess what? A car ran over it. Now that car is stuck in the center divide. Southbound 5 before Leucadia crashed in the center divide. Up ahead, accident cleared near the racetrack. Got this collision on westbound 52 at the 125, trying to move that out of middle lanes. Also traveling on westbound 8 just before the 125, accident moving over to the right shoulder. Collision partially blocking the Prospect Avenue off-ramp, north 67 and northbound 15. Got this hit and run crash just before the 805. That is over to the right shoulder. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's time for the Super Polished, just to be named Smart Baseball Weekly segment with Eno Harris, Saris, son of a bitch. Brought to you by 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from the ballpark, by the bay in Chula Vista. Here's Eno Saris with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
East County Chris in our chat says Eno for manager would be chill AF.
I would sign up for it right now.
We'd have a smart baseball
We
team.
would.
No doubt about it. Good
We
morning, Eno. How's the dog? How are you?
I'm good. But you know how I often come on the show and I am a voice of optimism.
Yeah.
And I make you guys feel better.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah. Not today.
Oh, wow.
I was literally going to start the convo, with, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. Dog tired of this team and what it's done to me.
I mean, this is the beginning of the chickens coming home to roost a little bit, because I was looking at the finances, and if you look at the projected arbitration increases and you look at the salary, what you have is $20 million to spend, and you need 2 starting pitchers, one of which should be a frontline guy, at least, and you need more power. And you're not going to get all that for $20 million.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
We'll talk to you next week.
All right. If we're going to start with finances, let's start with the news that I believe came out yesterday. They set the 1-year qualifying offer at just over $22 million. I got to think Dylan Cease, it's a no-brainer.
Yep.
Can they even offer it to Michael King? I mean, he'll opt out of his mutual option, and then I would assume they can give it to him. Will they give it to him? How do you think the Padres will handle the QOs, as it were?
Yeah, they'll hand it to both of those guys. And I guess, it could make them more likely to return to the Padres, because when they leave after the QO, there's a draft pick compensation attached to it. So, I think that I doubt either of those guys take it. It's been a long road to free agency for both of them. I think they've both established a good amount of value. I don't think any of them needs like a 1-year pillow contract. Now, maybe Cease, he thinks, I take this $20 million and I have a better year. And
see, I thought King would be more likely coming off an injury-riddled season where he'd want to reestablish just the fact that he can go out there and put up some innings. But I can see your argument with Cease as well. I think they both would turn it down, though.
I think they both turned it down. Yeah.
Arise, though, you wouldn't even. Arise would take it in an instant.
Oh,
at
yeah.
22, so you can't offer it.
No, but I thought he has 1 more year.
No, he's done. He's a free agent.
He's done.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, other than the Arise thing, which I had wrong, I think I guess the good news is the lineup is, you could pretty much press go on it again. Yeah.
With Laureano back, you've got a fairly established lineup coming back.
Yeah, and so if that's the case, then I think you're bargain hunting. I mean, I know that that's not AJ Preller's style.
Right.
So I tried to, this is the best I could do at the top of the market, and I think it's going to cost more than $20 million. But maybe you could get Shane Bieber and Eugenio Suarez. Get Suarez to play first, and maybe that would cost a combined like $30-35 million.
Yeah,
I'd sign up for that.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
I
mean,
too.
they got Nick Pivetta for $1 million last year somehow, so that worked.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, maybe that's a possibility. If that happens, I mean, you're still a starting pitcher short. So you'd really want another $5 million or so to at least sign.
You're not as high on JP Sears as I was earlier today.
Oh,
I tried
man,
to sell JP Sears as
really did.
The left-handed 2.5 to 3 WAR option that Padres fans didn't know we already had.
Well, I think Sears is fine. I think in my math he's the 4 if you have signed Bieber.
Pivetta, Vasquez, Musgrove.
Oh yeah, he'd be the 5.
Yeah,
he'd be
five.
The 5.
Yeah,
that's all right. I mean, the only problem is that normally teams that have somebody like Sears as a 5 would say, oh, and we have this prospect circled as like possibly coming up and maybe taking a job or whatever, maybe somebody that could improve upon that
Kolek,
spot.
Berger, those
Yeah.
guys that they had.
Yeah.
Traded for a catcher.
Yeah. And teams use 10 starting pitchers on average. And as far as I can tell, the best starting pitching prospect that the Padres have is 20 years old and not due for the major leagues for like 3 more years. Cash
Mayfield.
Yeah.
No, did we trade him?
No, we
No.
we traded Boston Bateman.
That's
We
right.
kept Cash Mayfield.
It's
hard to keep track of this.
Well, also,
question.
there's Cash
There's
and
Cruz.
Boston and Cruz and Jagger and all these weird names, and they all run together, just like my little league team.
Yeah.
No, I when you started this segment, when you said this is the maybe the chickens coming home to roost, I've definitely thought that for many years. They've found a way to surprise me and keep me entertained and make the playoffs. There's certainly star power on this team. If they play up to their potential, anything can happen, as we know. But the pitching you got to find a way to replace innings from Dylan Cease. You just have to, and we'll see if they can do that. But I thought you were going to talk about. Oh, go ahead. I thought you were going to bring up Mike Schilt leaving. So I actually feel better that this is just the normal payroll roster situation that we're very familiar with.
We do that every offseason.
Well, just the other way. I don't think this is Preller style, but maybe he'll be forced into it. Is the kind of veteran, has lots of pitches. Chris Bassett.
Yeah.
Maybe Zach Gallen wants a pillow contract. To reestablish his value if he doesn't get a qualifying offer from the Diamondbacks. So you get these guys who have shown you innings and are okay, and have lots of pitches, veteran dudes. And you get a couple of those guys. There's a risky corner infielder, Munetaka Murakami, who has like a 30% strikeout rate in Japan, of all places.
Yeah.
I'm sure AJ's watched like half of his games in person.
Well, I'm sure he already has a Dodger hat in his locker. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it is kind of hard sometimes, but they may not have room for him on that roster in LA.
Yeah.
So, there's some options, but there's just not a lot of money. When it comes to the managerial search, there's one name that really jumps off the page, and I think you guys know what I'm about to say.
We
Ryan
don't.
Flaherty?
So
Flaherty.
Yeah, we've talked about him.
We have.
I mean, I just think there's a couple things that are unique about the Padres situation. First of all, I think you kind of want to go maybe a little bit towards new school, away from old school. I think maybe, I think.
Yeah. If old school means bunting 60% above league minimum, then yes, I'd like to go away from that.
And I know that Flaherty is an avid reader of the sort of analytical stuff that's out on the internet, and I know that he sort of tends in that direction. But he's also the son of a manager, a college manager. So he's been around that sort of decision-making process his whole life. I think he's been a guy who struggled as a big leaguer and had some success as well. He was a first-round pick, so he's somebody that can speak to all kinds of different players. And the other part that's unique is AJ Preller himself. And I don't know that there's a lot of people that necessarily want to sign up for that, given how quickly he's chewed up all the other managers.
Yeah. I mean, Flaherty was here. He was here. What was he?
So he knows
bench coach. Yeah.
So here's I'll just tell you from our perspective, and at least what I think a lot of the fans will say. Now that's Manny's boy, right? Flaherty and Manny are super tight. So if Flaherty gets the gig, guess what everybody says? Oh, Manny got his guy. That's who Manny wanted. Manny's going to walk all over him. This clubhouse is going to walk all over him, run roughshod over a first-time manager. I look, like I said earlier in the program today, I can sell anything. If you give it to me, I can sell a reason to be excited about it. He was like the one guy that I thought this is going to be a really tough sell, in my opinion, just based on the fact that he was here. He's Manny's guy. It's a different look. I do love that he's a forward thinker. Certainly, that would be great. But I don't know. That's my only concern.
When you said AJ himself, you didn't mean AJ actually managing the team himself, because it's been a while since we've had a GM manager. Padres did back in the Jack McKeon days, the old GM manager, but we don't see that anymore.
I don't think they like that. I don't think the players want the GM in the dugout. So that's interesting. I hadn't thought of it from that. So the name that just popped in my head when you were talking about that aspect of it was Buck Showalter, because I mean, you would just be getting somebody who does not take snip from nobody.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. That's also Manny's guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's also
no.
That's
Which is
also
not a bad
But I
thing.
mean,
And
I
it's
think
not a
it
bad
at least
thing.
tells this is not like Manny choosing. I mean, Buck is like he's a dude.
He is a dude.
He's not gonna let Manny run all over him.
Why hasn't he been hired yet? That's the thing. We interviewed him and we're like, hey, pretty sharp dude, right? Like he's got a track record.
Yeah.
Why hasn't anybody hired him? Why hasn't anybody hired Joe Madden? Why hasn't anybody hired Joe Girardi? Why hasn't anybody hired some of these guys? They, in a league for years where the
I heard
retreads
Joe Madden talking, saying he feels like he has too many opinions to be a manager now. That GMs don't want opinionated managers anymore.
All the guys that you just mentioned are opinionated managers. Yeah, I mean, the trend has definitely been to have basically a person who is part of the front office, but has a label as the manager. Somebody who's in lockstep. So Aaron Boone is the modern manager. He is in lockstep with everything that the front office believes. And so when people think that he's just an automaton, no, he believes in the same things that the front office believes.
That's what AJ wants.
Dave Roberts too. I mean, I think you could say the same for both of those guys. The guys that will fall in line, but they actually do believe in the philosophy and, get to call the shots down there.
What do you think about Carlos Beltran?
AJ, I don't know. AJ has, I love him. I love him as a player. He was really smart to talk to. I mean, say what you will about the sign stealing thing, but the beginning of that, the portion of that he was responsible for was traditional sign stealing.
Yeah.
He's a top of the step, notice everything in the game type of player. So I would absolutely, if he's on the table, I haven't seen him mentioned in any of the searches, but I would be into that.
Consider him mentioned, Eno.
Yeah, I like that one. And then the other thing is just with AJ, I do believe that he wants somebody that falls in line, I guess. But also some of the best moves they made in the front office was when they had Dave Cameron in the front office, and he was a voice of opposition.
Yes.
AJ
doesn't mind opposition. He doesn't. He really doesn't.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he could like somebody, as a manager who stood up for himself and had different ideas and was willing to kind of go, speak for himself.
But not quite as stubborn, perhaps, as certain managers can be at times. It's fascinating. I think that was a really good conversation. Probably the best one we've had so far about potential future Padres managers. Leave it to Eno.
We talked earlier about not wanting to live in an echo chamber. This was not an echo chamber. This was the hard truth that we may be faced with. But
Brian Flaherty could very well be the next manager.
He very well could be.
No doubt about it.
He's like the first of 2 or 3 names that get thrown out there by everybody.
Everybody's talking about that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very much.
Yeah. Well, good luck. I mean, figuring out that pitching staff is, I think, actually the thing that's the hardest for me, because there's no free agency anymore. Free agency is dying. And, if you're at the top of the market, it's only Shane Bieber and Fromber. And so even me being like, I'll take the more affordable, possibly Shane Bieber, maybe I'm totally off. Maybe he gets $30 million a year for 6 years,
Yeah, you never know. What about Ranger Suarez, quickly?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll throw him in that top 3.
Yeah.
Whatever one of those top 3 is the cheapest, I'll take.
All right.
We'll preview the World Series matchup next Thursday. I'm guessing it'll include the Los Angeles Dodgers. Thank you, Eno.
No question.
All right. See you guys.
There he is, Eno Saris from The Athletic, Smart Baseball, every week. Brought to you by 7 Mile Casino.
Chris wants to know, was Flash the one that did the calligraphy lineup cards? No, that was Ryan Christensen.
He did manage for like a week, though.
Flaherty did.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go back and revisit that.
We have to look at that again. All right, Rhino Report. We got an NFL threesome coming up. Ben Woods continuing 1 more hour here on The Fan. A couple thoughts there. Eno Saris with quite the appearance on Ben and Woods.
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Suggested Eugenio Suarez as a potential target in the offseason. 49 home runs in the regular season for the Diamondbacks and the Mariners.
God, 29 home runs would have helped us and been the team leader.
But you know if they sign him that he's got 29
16.
tops. There's no way
16.
he's hitting 50 again. You will have Mud getting to say every single day of the season, they call him Gino.
Oh, what a head of lettuce. Look at that lettuce. What do you think of that lettuce, Don? No, I like it, Mudley. I don't know.
Suarez.
Like Ed
Don,
says,
they call him Gino.
Ed says in the chat, can't afford him. Here's the deal. We say this every year. Eno thinks it's $20 million. I've heard other numbers. I have no earthly idea what John Seidler is going to do. None. And neither do you.
We also don't know what guys are going to get. I mean, a lot of free agents out there. I don't see a ton of big spending teams with unlimited cash right now.
I know one.
But they also have only so much place on their roster to sign guys. So other than that, like you're going to have, dozens and dozens and dozens of players on the market and teams that are all going, we got about 20 million to spend.
Right.
Like, they can't all sign $40 million a year contracts with every single team. Guys are going to get less than they think. And, AJ will be patient and like he was with Pivetta and will likely swoop in. I wouldn't expect him to be like the first guy to act at the winter meetings and sign state-of-the-art deals on day one. I would imagine he'll be patient, but in the end of, the end of the off season, he'll find some guys that he thinks will satisfactorily add some power and add some pitching to the Padres roster for next year.
Bregman, Alonso, Bellinger, Jordan Montgomery, Trevor Story, maybe. Some of these guys have opt-outs. JT Real Muto, Nick Martinez, Chris Bassett, as mentioned, Kyle Schwarber, as we know, Starling Marte. I'm going to scroll way down the list. Get everybody nice and prepared to welcome to the San Diego Padres your new fourth outfielder, Randall Grichuk. No, it's $4 million. Not paying him that.
I'll take Grichuk.
You don't even know Grichuk. Welcome, Paul DeYoung for $1 million. Dominic Smith. Can I interest you in a Joey Lucchese?
I know former Padres pitchers, Colin Ray, we're seeing in the playoffs. We've seen a lot of former Padres pitchers.
How
around.
about Chris Taylor?
Eric Lauer with the Blue Jays.
Joey Gallo.
Did he ever sign this year?
No.
He never signed, did he?
Ben and Woods and their constant love of one Joey Gallo. He's the last guy listed on this thing, by the way. He is 32 years old. And just out of baseball. Remember, he was converting to pitch. And I don't know how that materialized.
K-Laws, and I agree with you in the chat, says, I can't see Schwarber and Real Muto leaving the Phillies.
I can't either.
But that means they're going to spend all the money that they have to just keep those guys, which means other guys are going to be out there going, man, I was hoping the Phillies would get in on me, but they've already spent all their money just keeping the guys that they already have. There's a limited amount of free agent dollars and space out there. And if you're smart enough, you can find some guys and stay somewhat within whatever your budget, which we don't know, as you said, Woods. We don't know what it is.
Well, like David says, Hayward and Maldonado last year, right? Like you got a little bit desperate and you tried to catch the Peralta and Solano lightning in a bottle, and you didn't at all. And look, I knew Gurriel as well.
Padres won 90 games and didn't do a ton right. Pivetta was a huge thumbs up, but their 1-year veteran signings didn't work out. Think of all the things that didn't work out for the Padres this year.
Yeah.
And they still ended up winning 90 games.
Yeah. So
it's not the worst place to be at.
There's always hope. Always hope. But you're going to again, I said this exact same time last year. You're going to have to get creative. You're going to have to get creative. You're going to have to get creative. They were very creative with Nick Pivetta.
If it doesn't work out in the offseason, build up the farm system for 4 months and trade it away again at the deadline, which is what AJ will probably end up doing.
That's right.
All right, football threesome coming up momentarily. First, though, Paulie's got headlines in the Rindle Report.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah?
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
It's the Reindl Report, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Gentlemen, I got a kind of all over the place this morning for you, but got some stories here that I think we can riff on. I want to start in the NBA, kind of NBA-ish.
Kind of.
We're getting ready for the NBA season to begin.
Can't wait.
Teams are
Counting the days.
playing some preseason games, training camps wrapping up, practice and all that. And I guess I have not heard of this, but the Boston Celtics, they have a bit of a tradition where right around this time, as the preseason's ramping up and you're getting closer to the tip off of the season, they will invite all of the regular local media in Boston that cover the Celtics on a daily basis, anywhere from 5 to 15 people. They invite them out to practice, and afterwards, after practice is over, they let the media members go out on the court and scrimmage each other. Get to play on the practice court. They got the scoreboard, and they play a scrimmage game together. And I guess all of the local reporters look forward to it every year. It's pretty cool. It'd be like the Padres invited you got Dennis Lynn out there taking BP or something one day, AJ Cassavell.
Woods, I can see the gleam in your eye. You're dominating the media game out on the spring training fields of Peoria.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, the Scanlon, I guess he'd be in the media game.
Thing about
Mudd.
the former players, though,
Yeah.
is they're like, you go to fantasy camp, some of these guys can't throw.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is what I did for a living. Here, look at this scar. And
Right.
it's like they don't, you don't see Loretta in the box taking ABs. Trevor threw batting practice one year. It was pretty firm and amazing.
Still got it.
Still got it. But he's also a unit. So I think I do okay as far as the media goes.
For
I'm trying
the
to think who's in the
non-former
media.
players?
Yeah, I think if you look around the media, I mean, me and Paulie could hit a little bit. I think it'd be fine. Like I could field my position okay.
So
Tony Gwynn Jr.
Tony Gwynn Jr. He says too. He's like Tony always says. I think he goes, yeah, I could play an inning of baseball, like an inning. One, I can play center. I can get one AB, and then I'm done. An inning. So
Mike Pomeranz playing the minors.
Tom looks in good
He always
shape.
looks
I just again,
sharp.
how much do these guys throw? How much do they hit? Probably not a lot.
So
Basketball, how to go for the
it would be
media?
fun. So things were a little bit different this year, actually. The media members all showed up to practice, getting ready. They knew they were going to be playing that day, but when they were huddled around Joe Mazzulla, the head coach for the Boston Celtics, I know you knew that.
See, I love his work. Love his work.
Joe Mazzulla said, "Oh, and by the way, guys, like kind of right at the end, microphones in his face. He goes, oh, and by the way, I know we got the media game coming up today. You guys are actually not going to be scrimmaging each other. You're playing the Celtics coaching staff today.
Okay.
Not the players.
Not the players.
Just
Not the
coaching
players.
staff.
That would be dumb.
You're not playing against each other. You're playing against the coaches. And the coaches won by a final score of, as I pull it up here, 57-4. I don't know how long this game was, but I saw
the scoreboard and everything.
Saw some videos that had been going around from some of the media members that were playing. I mean, you got coaches, I don't know what they do, an assistant trainer, just raining threes.
Probably all ex-players that still
Looks like they
shoot
play
every day.
pretty good defense as well if you're holding the opposition to four in a basketball game.
57-4.
That's amazing. Oh, by the way, yeah, they put this in the chat. Tony acting like he just played a full game and hit a grand slam in Cooperstown.
That's right.
It was like last year, wasn't
Yeah.
it? All right, don't believe him. He's sandbagging. Yeah, he'd be pretty good. He would be. He's in the media now, so
Yeah,
he'd have to play
it's
on
true.
the media team. Thank you, Paulie. That's good.
I don't know that Tony would fully. He's a paid broadcaster of the. He's a team employee. He's
That's
not
true.
an independent. I mean, you're thinking it's going to be Dennis, Kevin,
AJ
Cassavell, Annie, Sam Levitt, maybe.
Sammy.
He's not a team employee.
Saul.
Scanlon. No, he's a team employee.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that was funny though. I'd like to see more teams do that.
As would I, obviously. Be so
Head
much
coach
fun.
of the Celtics, like, hey, you guys think it's so easy, huh?
Yeah,
Let's
well,
see
I
what
mean,
you got.
if it's good
I saw-
enough for the Celtics, it's certainly good enough for the San Diego.
I only recognize one name on the coaching staff for the Celtics, but he was damn good. Sam Cassell.
Okay. well,
I
Yeah,
promise you.
Sam, you can't play.
That's so
Let's see, who is it?
stupid.
Let's see. Sam Cassell is 55 years old.
Yes.
Oh,
I
he's-
promise you, he's still got
best player on the
great
court,
game.
I'm sure.
Balling. That's so good.
So that's what they went up against. All right. Next up, another basketball story, but this one's different as it just closed out. Sorry. Talking about high school basketball in Oklahoma. There was a girls team that won the state championship last year, and everything was fine. They're getting ready to start their new season this year. All the girls are getting ready for their first practice, and their coach had to deliver some really rough news to them that they actually lost their state championship basketball game last spring.
That they thought they
They thought
won.
they
and celebrated.
won.
So it's the Academy of Classical Christian Studies high school team in Oklahoma City. They won on a buzzer beater against Apache High School, and they thought they won by 1 point.
Right.
But the coach said, he goes, as soon as I walked out of the locker room that night, he goes, my stomach kind of turned into knots, and I said, I need to know if we really won this game or not, because there was 1 point in the game where there was some confusion about the scoreboard.
Oh, no.
Like the guy didn't add a bucket,
Right, it
or forgot to start the clock. You know, it does happen rarely, especially in the NBA or college.
So how did they
They'll
find
go back
out?
and figure it out. So he literally watched game film
Oh,
the whole game,
no,
kept
dude.
track of every bucket that was scored, and instead of them winning 44-43, they actually lost 43-42, even with the last second buzzer beater.
Now, is that reversible?
It's not. Said it tore him to pieces. It really did. Now, the state rules in Oklahoma City, or in Oklahoma at least, say because league rules state that once a game is done, players are off the court, referees are gone, there's no changing it. The final score is the final score. Unless they make the change, your foot was on the line or something, like immediately, the game is over.
Official.
Final score stands. They're the state
But
champions.
that wasn't the final score.
It was that night.
It was that night.
It was that night. The coach kind of felt it in his gut.
He said he decided to tell his team what happened, and they were bummed, but he said it was a unanimous decision. They're giving up the trophy.
Good for them.
I don't know that the other team's going to get it and call themselves a state champion or anything like that, but they have forfeited their state championship. They said, we did not win that game.
Good on
We
the
should,
coach,
we
too.
should go back and watch all the Padres games to make
See if
sure
we really lost.
the scores are all correct. Maybe they missed one or two.
They
Okay,
missed
says
that
here,
three-run homer that we hit off of Yamamoto.
It says here at the bottom, the league agreed the other team has the trophy. I don't know how much they're celebrating it.
They should.
You
They
know,
won.
I think they are, but they are going to be written down as the state champions that year.
Interesting.
That's very interesting. That's good. That's good. That's how you.
It's a lesson.
It's a good
I mean, at
lesson.
that
I thought it was a
level,
good
It's a
story.
good lesson.
Tough.
Good
Tough
on the
for those
coach and the
kids.
players.
Yeah. And then finally, I got some news here for Ben Higgins, I think, in particular. Got a new, you see them all the time, especially here in San Diego, it feels like the pop-ups, pop-up experiences, pop-up shops.
Got
Kind of do it
pop-up
anywhere.
bagels in Leucadia right now that are really good. Sourdough, very
Nice.
tasty.
Yeah, you see them downtown,
The
especially.
guy just making out of his kitchen or something. What is it?
They're waiting on their spot. It's called New Wave, though. You should check it out. They're really good.
Try not to eat a lot of bagels.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of carbs.
A lot of
carbs.
We got a new pop-up experience coming to San Diego here soon, and it's called the Golden Girls Holiday Pop-Up Experience. And it's going to be down in Little Italy, and they're going to have an entire, like, fully immersive Golden Girls experience, Golden Girls set.
For what? For who?
Golden Girls fans.
For this guy.
It's a lot of them. They did the
Is there?
celebration of the 40th anniversary of the Golden Girls on the Grammy or the Emmys.
So it
recently.
says it's starting November 19th at Bayside Kitchen and Bar. Not familiar with that place, but it does say in Little Italy. The immersive installation promises to turn the restaurant into a winter wonderland for fans of the show, with themed cocktails, trivia nights, brunches,
Vodka and
high
prune
tea.
juice.
And it says a holiday cheesecake flight.
They were always eating cheesecake.
Were they?
Yeah. Remember they pull it out of the fridge?
No,
when
I
they
don't remember.
Well, they wanted to talk things over. They'd pull out the cheesecake and they'd sit around the kitchen
Look at him.
table.
He's
and
grinning.
They would eat the cheesecake. Yeah, just like that.
Do young people like the Golden Girls now?
Yes, absolutely.
How? From like just
It's
rewatching?
retro.
Is anyone going to be, any of them alive? Betty White? No, she's gone.
She's gone.
No.
B. Arthur? Is that one of them?
She's gone.
She died. Who's the old one that was really the young one?
Estelle Getty.
Estelle
I think
Getty.
she's
gone
died.
too. She was really the youngest one, but she played the old lady.
I think maybe Blanche Devereaux.
Who was, what was her name?
She was played by Rue McClanahan.
Yeah, Rue McClanahan. She's gone.
She is, she died, yeah, too. They're all gone.
Cool. We'll look forward to that, Greg.
I thought Ben would like that.
Would you like that? You might pop by the
Might
pop up.
by.
Okay.
Bayside, you said.
Yes.
That sounds like always sounds like a fake name.
Let me ask you.
That's why Stave by the Bell. He went to Bayside High School.
Let me ask you something.
Bayside Kitchen and Bar.
Who was the promiscuous one?
Blanche.
Were you?
No. I thought they were funny. Funny is why I watched it. Humor. B. Arthur, especially. You liked her humor, right?
I didn't watch it a lot.
She was the
snarky, snarky one. Yeah.
Betty White was kind of the naive,
yes,
dumb one. That
Yeah,
was
but
funny.
Funny.
Too.
She was funny, and the old
And
lady.
was
great.
really funny.
Yeah, it was
Still
funny.
getting,
I guess. I mean, I watched it in that like it was on, and but I wouldn't be like, oh yes, Golden Girls. Can't wait to watch it.
Says here at the
You did.
at the pop up, you will have a shuffleboard court.
Okay.
Dedicated Shady Pines staff and an array of photo opportunities.
Yeah. They were Miami retirees.
It's hard to get
Miami
me to
retiree lifestyle.
It's hard to get me to a pop up. I'm going to be honest with you. It's very difficult. I went to the Oasis pop up in Manchester, but that's because I was.
Jay in the middle says, "Did I watch Golden Girls and Empty Nest back to back?"
You know
I
that.
did. Empty Nest was not a good show.
What was that one?
That was the retired doctor and his daughter, I think, was moved in. I don't even remember exactly what it was about. It was like a spin-off of Golden Girls.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, it's the 40th anniversary of the show.
Yeah,
starting.
they did a whole song
1985.
and dance number on the Emmys a couple of months ago to honor the 40th anniversary of Golden Girls.
All right. When's that coming?
November 19th. It opens up.
Okay. Did you like Murder, She Wrote?
I did.
I did too.
Jessica Fletcher.
Angela Lansbury.
It's really insane how many murders they had in Cabot Cove, Maine.
Everywhere she went.
I mean, they
It's-
couldn't.
Oh, another
I mean,
death.
the town couldn't have had more than a few hundred people, and that
All
show
of them
was
are
on for like
dead.
8 years,
I know.
and someone died every week.
She goes on vacation, someone's murdered.
and
she
the
goes to the
police could
store,
never
someone's
figure
murdered.
it out
Yeah.
without the help of an old lady writer. It's really troubling when you think about it.
I think if you whack her out, the percentage of murders goes way down in Cabot Cove. Did you like the Waltons?
Did not watch The Walt.
I didn't either. I like Three's Company. This is my favorite.
Three's Company is
This is
elite.
elite.
I even watched Three's a Crowd, the spinoff.
As did I.
Yeah.
As did I. Thank you, Paulie.
All right, we've got a NFL threesome. A look at tonight's game, the most intriguing matchup of the weekend, and our picks
That we never get right.
No, I got mine right. I
Did
think
you?
Paulie got his right
Yeah, I
last
missed
week.
mine.
It's just you now. Just you now. That's coming
Very
up next after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
If you go down to 7 Mile Casino, take our advice as we've been giving it to you now for 7 years. And once you walk in, you're going to say, thank you for being a friend and letting me know about 7 Mile Casino.
You'll have a golden good time.
Yes, you will.
At 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown. Look, it's the off season right now. Still, if you're downtown, you know, I'm only 7 minutes away. I can go play some California style blackjack, some Texas Hold'em, some Pie Gal, some Baccarat, and I can have an incredible meal with the 24/7 players menu, all the delicious food from Sammy's that you're accustomed to. But it is a pretty elite day or night out.
If you're ladies who brunch, you'll enjoy the award-winning Best in the South County Brunch, Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Sammy's at 7 Mile, and then stick around to play the best card room in San Diego. They cater to high-limit players as well, Texas Hold'em tables, California-style blackjack tables, good dealers, great environment. Check it out today, 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Bam.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Speaking of threesomes, talking about Three's Company, the whole premise was Jack Tripper, John Ritter, had to pretend he was gay so he would be allowed to live with the two women because it was so shocking and inappropriate and against the rules for them to be roommates together. Yet, I don't think there was any funny business that ever went on among the roommates. They were simply just roommates.
I think Jack and Chrissy might have had a thing.
Did they at some
memory
point?
serves? Not Janet, though. Sorry. I'm sorry. But I think Jack and Chrissy, and then there was another one that somebody moved out and she moved in.
Chrissy moved out, and the other,
the next one was.
I forget what her name was.
I can't remember either.
Matt says, they hooked up. I didn't remember
I think they did.
I just remember them going to hang out at the Regal Beagle.
And I just remember him having 2 dates on the same night in the same place. And I thought, you're a legend, sir. at like 8, 9. I was like,
and of
that's
course,
my guy.
They're landladies or land.
Oh, the Ropers, the Furleys.
Mr. Furley.
The Mr. Furley Elite.
Mr. Furley.
Elite. It's an elite show. I wonder if it holds up.
Probably.
I need to go back
and it might.
Who was the Terry? Oh,
Terry.
Mama. I like Terry. I was a huge Terry fan. Terry the nurse. Yes. Man. Elite show. He was the greatest.
Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door. We're supposed to be doing a threesome right now.
That's right. We got back to our actual threesome, our football threesome. Starting with a look at tonight's game here on 97.3 The Fan. 5:15 p.m. The Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the Cincinnati Bengals.
What a game.
What makes this matchup interesting, Woods?
The combined age of the quarterbacks is 81 years old. 81 years old.
Just the third ever matchup between two 40-plus starting quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers taking on Joe Flacco.
I forgot Flacco. I forgot about the trade already. Like I saw the matchup this morning just on the schedule, and
That SOB hung in there last week, and I didn't get my win because they kept it fairly close.
Both of the other 40-plus matchups were Drew Brees against Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees won both of them, actually. Now, so if Pittsburgh wins this game, it's a road game, but they're favored. If they win, they will have a 3.5-game lead in the AFC North. They've only played 5 games.
Right.
But think about this. If it was baseball and your team had a 3.5-game lead in your division with 11 games remaining, you'd be talking magic numbers. Like, okay, we're getting, a few days away from clinching. Now, in the Steelers' case, it's probably still, another month or so, but they're in really good shape. If they win this game, they can kind of cruise a little bit through the season and know we're good. We're going to the playoffs. We're winning our division. We're going to host a playoff game.
Let's manage some loads.
It's possible. They can. They're so. That division is so bad below Pittsburgh. They've really kind of lucked out this year, and all they have to do is take care of business against Joe Flacco tonight, and they're in pretty good shape.
And that's, I know I'm going out of order here, but that's the game that I'm taking with the spread. I'm taking Pittsburgh to win by more than 4.5.
Okay.
I think they get that easily.
All right. Intriguing matchup.
Even though the Bengals got me last week, I'm going against them again.
Okay. There's a few good matchups this
really
weekend.
Good games,
I'll go with the 10 a.m. Sunday matchup. The Philadelphia Eagles visiting the Minnesota Vikings. Of course, the Eagles are trying to bounce back after they took 2 losses in 5 days, playing last Sunday and then the Thursday game last week. Minnesota is coming back from a bye week after playing 2 games in Europe and returning home. Looks like it's going to be another Carson Wentz game, though. J.J. McCarthy still remains iffy, has been out with injury. But both of these teams, contenders in a very jumbled NFC right now. And it seems like, there could be like tiebreakers and elements that make this a pretty important game down the line. Minnesota playing at home, so an important game for them especially.
You hate to go with the standard pick, but I think this is going to be a really fascinating game. Buccaneers against the Detroit Lions. You want to talk about evenly matched teams. 6th in points scored against 2nd in points scored. 12th in yards per game against 11th in yards per game. Time of possession favor is by 44 seconds is the difference between the two. And total sacks, almost even. Turnover differential, both one's +4, one's +6. Goff has gone 14 TDs, 2 picks. Baker's gone 12 TDs, 1 pick. I mean, these guys are as locked in as they can be right now for their respective teams, and Baker's playing like he's 22 years old again.
Love what I've seen from Tampa and Baker, but being on the road and Detroit coming off the loss at Kansas City, I feel like it's a good bounce back opportunity. Kind of lean in toward the Lions. That's not my pick, though. Paul, you want to add anything on matchups, or shall we get straight to the picks?
I was with Woods. I think I look at Monday night, Lions, Bucks, locked in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
All right, you've already made your pick. You're going with the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals. Paulie, what's your pick for the week?
I will be taking, let me get the latest number here. They're underdogs, but I will be taking the 5-1 Colts led by Indianapolis Jones against the Chargers. Colts are 1.5 point underdogs. I think they win that game.
You're believing in Indianapolis Jones.
Fading the Chargers is always...
It used to be. I would have said the same thing, but I watched their game last week and I go, oh, look at them. They're about to charger this thing all up and down the field.
They did. And then they won.
And then they won.
They did.
That's not
charging
winning it. That's not charging it. Charging it is losing that game. Missing that field goal is charging it. They're not doing it really. And
they do have a good kicker.
He's really good.
Dicker
the kicker.
The highest field goal percentage made in NFL history.
So they're going to have to. I mean, it sounds crazy to say, but that's a good team. They're going to have to beat in the Indianapolis Colts.
All the other, I mean, I was looking at Carolina. They're 3-3. They're not good, but they're 3-3. They're playing the winless Jets, and they're only favored by 1 point.
So you're
like,
what do they know?
Can Carolina? But I'm like, no. That's the game the Jets will win.
Jets will win.
I don't know.
I took tonight's game. I'm going to take the Steelers.
I feel very good about my pick, which is probably the kiss of death, but I am going to go with the Arizona Cardinals, who are getting 6.5 points at home against the Green Bay Packers. Now, Packers are solid, but Arizona, even though they're 2-4, haven't lost a game by more than 4 points all season. They come right down to the wire. Heartbreaking losses. field goals that have beaten them all season long. And that loss by 4 was to Indy, 5-1, Paulie's pick. I think the Cardinals can definitely, especially at home, play at least another close game. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily count on them to win since they haven't been able to show the ability to finish, but no reason why they can't keep it within pretty much a touchdown at 6.5 points. So give me the Arizona Cardinals this week, and I'll take that mess of points against the Packers.
Indiana Jones. Is that what you said?
Indianapolis Jones is what they call him.
I thought they call, because there is an Indiana
There's
Jones.
already an
Don't
Indiana
they call him
Jones.
an Indianapolis Jones?
Daniel Jones is Indianapolis Jones.
Because they're the Indianapolis Colts, not the Indiana Colts.
That's true. Where is Indianapolis?
It is in Indiana.
There you
but
go.
I think the funny
Indiana Jones.
The funny twist is calling him Indianapolis
Oh,
Jones.
Chief and Music ceases. No, they call him Indiana Jones. It makes sense. They
No,
both make
that's-
sense. You're all right. It's fine.
No, I don't like that.
It's okay.
Can't have two Indiana Jones.
You have to have one Indiana Jones and one Indianapolis Jones.
Okay. That's your threesome. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're satisfied.
We're just going to fight about Indianapolis
I know
Jones.
I am.
All of this sports talk on the Fan is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Got our final segment. Look ahead. We got two baseball games for you today. Another doubleheader day. I'll get to that coming up next year with Ben Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, gang, it's my turn to tell you about the beauty and fantastic decision that I made to get the Eco Water system put in our home. The beauty of having the best water every single day for my family, for myself. I drink tons and tons of water. It's like the one healthy thing that I do. And honestly, having Eco Water in the house makes it easier to do. My wife, traditionally, she said this, I don't really like water. I don't like the way it tastes. With Eco Water, it's different. She's upped her water intake. The kids up their water intake. Really, really important to make sure that my family gets the best. Eco Water is simply the best. The hard water that you may be currently drinking or use running through a cheap filter, it's not the same as Eco Water. It's just not. Also, that hard water is quietly destroying your plumbing, your appliances, your water heater. So get the Eco Water system in your home. They have incredible technology as well. The first with Wi-Fi and leak detection, first with remote monitoring. All of this stuff is great, but the taste is what I always go back to. Eco Water is simply the best. Skin feels better, coffee tastes better, and you got to do it. Got to do it. Very simple. Try the Soft Life and alkaline water now, just $9.95 a month, 760-350-3338, or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keep it soft since 1925.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
A little reporting on the San Diego Padres managerial search during the break. This from Mike Rodriguez at Mike Deportes on Twitter. MLB insider, used to cover the Cubs, and he's got sports in his handle, so I believe it. Says, according to my sources, the San Diego Padres have called future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols with interest in interviewing him for the team's manager position.
Well, there's a lot of people with sources out there that just tweet stuff. So I don't know, Benny. I've seen a little smoke about that as well.
I hate this part of the game more than any, like it's trade rumors season, whether it's trade rumors every offseason around here, at least it's coaching hires. I hate it.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not my favorite. And then it's you get yourself worked up about a candidate, right? That you like
some morons like I'm hearing. Here's a name that nobody's talking about.
But the thing is, for me, that the bummer is you get kind of worked up about a candidate, and you're like, this is who they should get. You got to get this guy. You got to get this guy. Then they don't. And you're like, oh, damn it. I'm not even excited about. You don't even get to give the guy a fair shake because you were all fired up about Benji Gill or something at the time. So. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it either. I wish they were a little bit more forthcoming about it.
There's been some teams that very openly parade in their candidates and even
everybody
make them available to the media after the interview.
Everybody report to Petco Park if you want the gig on Monday at 3 p.m. and
open managerial tryouts.
We'll go down there and and then we'll watch
stream
the
it
cuts.
live on YouTube. Yeah. Should we just start getting every one of these guys that we can get in touch
on the
with,
air?
Get them on the show.
Why not?
Ryan Flaherty, Nick Hundley.
Yeah. Be like, all right, here we go. Put you through the paces. Runners on first and second, fourth inning of a game. You're it's 0-0. What are you doing? I'm probably gonna lay one down. All right, next guy up. Who are you?
Oh yeah. We'll keep your resume on file.
Yeah. I'll get back to you. All right, here we go. First and second.
I want to sound unique, so I'm always going to call for the run and hit.
Yeah, but run and hit it. Yeah. I'm still going to wear mine.
By the way, Albert Pujols' former teammate, Yadi Molina, posting this morning on Instagram. Throughout my career, I've had countless satisfactions, both on and off the field. Ooh. After 3 years away from the Lions, I'm ready to return to the field, whether as a coach or manager in MLB, Mexico, or wherever I can continue my baseball career, contributing and giving back to the sport I'm passionate about. So, Yadi Molina throwing his hat into all the rings this morning.
Let me tell you another quick story. I told you guys off the air, but I wanted to tell the audience about Albert Pujols that I heard yesterday from his former teammate, Skip Schumacher, on the podcast that I did with him. I asked Skip point blank, how do you train for October? Like we're getting, we're winning 90 games. We're getting to October. We're falling apart in October. It's not uncommon. Teams struggle in October. It took the Dodgers a long time to finally win one. We all know that. And so how does a team turn it on in October? How do you train for it? We always ask that question. And he goes, well, the one thing I can tell you is, from my experience, Tony La Russa's message to all of us was always treat every at bat like it's game 7. He goes, it's almost impossible to do. It is an immense grind already. He's like, I'm not saying guys give away at bats, but the focus isn't as laser focused as it normally would be if it's game 6 or 7 of the playoffs. Makes sense to everyone. It's August. It's Cincinnati. It's 116 degrees on the field. You're already 2 for 3. Your team's up 7.
And being a Tony La Russa disciple, you saw that from Mike Schilt, how, aggressively he managed throughout the regular season in games like that.
Right. So, but he's mostly talking about the players too. Mm-hmm. Try to have the mentality, whether you're on the mound, whether you're at the plate, it's game 7. You're up. It's game 7. Have that mentality for 162. He goes, it's almost impossible to do. He goes, the one guy that could do it was Albert. Albert was the guy that could do it and treated every single AB in a 162 game season like it was game 7. Did he punch out? Sure. Did he always come through? No.
People strike out in game 7.
Right. People strike out in game 7. He said, but it's a mentality.
But staying locked in every single AB, that's how you get 600 home runs.
That's how you get 600 home runs, Paulie. So I heard that and I went, ooh, okay. And then you see all this smoke coming out about Albert Pujols being here. I have no idea if he's a good manager. None. Never managed. So
he did a WBC, right? Or was it WBC or Winter League?
He's slated, Winter League, and he's slated to be the WBC manager for the Dominican coming up this year. That's of course, that will have to change if he gets an actual managerial job in the big leagues. You can't do both.
Yeah.
So, but he is slated to be the WBC
I am so
manager.
Sorry, Albert. By the way, I said 600 home runs.
700. Yeah.
703.
Whew.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of home runs.
We do need more power.
We do. Can he swing it a little? Player manager? DH?
Transfer some of that ability to some of our players.
So again, just a mentality that he took with him in his career that could probably help some of the guys in our clubhouse. So again, I could be swayed on Albert Pujols. Certainly commands a real level of respect in the room, I would imagine, just by walking in the door. I remember seeing him down there in the clubhouse last year, and I was not expecting to see Albert Pujols in the dugout. And I was elbowing you guys going, that's Albert Pujols. He was down. It was his daughter's birthday. She's a big Manny fan. Manny hooked her up with a jersey and things like that. So sure. I'm on board to have them interview Albert Pujols. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm on board to have them interview Yadi Molina. That would be really interesting to me.
That's why I think this process is going to be a long one, because I think AJ Preller's on board to talk to all of those guys. Because he likes talking to baseball with all those guys and get their perspective. Said it a bit in the press conference this week.
Yeah.
He's going to learn about his team. He likes asking people about his team, and an interview is a way you can ask in depth what they think about your team. Even if you don't hire them, you may learn some things that you can take and give to your new manager from all the people you interview. It's an interesting process. Absolutely.
So I'm not sure. But again, I did hear, I've heard that his name mentioned through the grapevine as well, but we'll see. He's probably going to be one of the guys they talk to.
Interested to hear what Darren Smith's perspective is going to be tomorrow when he joins us at 7:35.
Now, I've watched some of Darren Smith's clips that he's put out from his podcast. I'm going to tell him this tomorrow. I can't decide what side of the fence he's on.
What are the sides of the fence?
I really don't know. I can't decide what sides of the fence, and I don't know what side he's on. I was texting with him a little bit, and one of the clips was like, well, you knew what you were getting into with Mike Schilt. You knew he was prickly. You knew he was kind of a D-head is actually what he said, based on, what you knew about him and when he came here from St. Louis, and you know what happened. But I don't know what that means as far as
I don't either,
because he left.
Is there a side of the fence that the Padres shouldn't have hired Mike Schilt?
I think
I don't even know if that is a side of the fence.
Right? No, I don't think he's saying that.
I really shouldn't have let him get away. I can't. I just
tell.
don't know where is there even a fence here?
You can't like if the guy walked in and said, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't do it anymore. I'm tired of the questions. I'm tired of you guys. I'm tired of the code. Whatever. I'm leaving. I'm leaving this money on the table. If that's what happened, and again, I'm not heard anything to the contrary. I haven't. I don't know what the side.
I just don't know. So you always want to create some sort of debate or controversy.
Sure.
But in this case, you hired Mike Schilt. It was a good hire. He did a good job for 2 years. He doesn't want to do the job anymore. So you let him go because you don't have any other choices. What's there to debate necessarily?
Yeah, I don't know either. That's why I'm trying to ask him tomorrow. Like, what is your official position? Like, who are you mad at?
I mean, could Mike Schilt
Are you mad at Schilt?
Could Mike Schilt have done a better job in managing his personality and his interaction with his coaches? Seems fairly clear that he could, but I don't need to litigate that now. And I don't think that's not really a take either. I guess the only thing is his coaches should have been tougher or something,
or like wore it more or whatever. Not
or he should have been tougher.
He should have been tougher.
I mean, I know the story came out the other day that he was too tough, but I think fans are also reading all of it, not just Kevin Acey's one story, like the whole scene, and going, so you started thinking about retiring back in August, right before the Padres went on a giant skid and couldn't take the division if they wanted to.
Right.
And that's a huge red flag.
But again,
to me.
I don't know that any of this is an indictment of the Padres, who again got what they wanted out of Mike Schilt. He changed the culture. He improved the team.
It's 4 managers in 6 years. That's an organizational thing. If you want to call it, you can decide how big of a problem it is, if it's much ado about nothing, but 4 managers in 6 years does not happen anywhere else.
Well, one you fired, two you fired, one walked away for
the first one you never gave a chance to be successful. Andy Reid never had players.
Never.
No chance. Jace Tingler had some players, had a collapse. That was probably on the organization. Like Jace Tingler wasn't ready, wasn't the right guy, wasn't the right pick. Bob Melvin, everyone thought was a really good pick.
Didn't want to be here.
Had a really good first season. And then the second season kind of went not well. And then he had an opportunity to leave. So you let him go. That was probably the right thing to do. And then with Mike Schilt, you made another seemingly really good hire who did a good job, but then he didn't want to stay. Now, his reason for leaving has nothing to do with the reason for the first 3 guys leaving.
Right.
So that's not really a trend. They're all just their own unique cases, I guess.
They are.
From the 855.
Whoa. What's the comment? We still need to check traffic, don't we? Let's
check
check traffic since Paulie's excited to do that. And then we'll wrap up this conversation next. Oh, you have to
we got to hang on.
refire it up now.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Let's check traffic.
From the 855, get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Robert Half. Wrapping up on a pretty good note here, guys. Just one problem in the North County. South on 15, there is a collision before Auto Parkway. It's over to the right shoulder. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why the recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So ultimately, Darren Smith will join us tomorrow on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com, and we'll see what side of the fence, if a fence exists, on this issue when we talk to him at 7:35 tomorrow.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I don't know if it was like he was just mad at AC or something for writing that thing, because he said, I thought it was a weird piece, not a lot of meat. 3,000 minutes on Mike was hard on his coaches. Right. And yeah, okay, that's fine. And I think, I think AC had his own interactions with Mike. If you watch the post game, you saw it every single night.
My original point on all this was like, doesn't it feel like the Padres organization has dysfunction, chaos, whatever you want to call it, every single year?
Yeah, it does. Certainly, you're not wrong. We've gone through this so many times. I think other organizations, I bet you, Paulie, Yankee fans and Phillies fans, and I think even to a certain extent Red Sox fans would probably sign up for some of this dysfunction. Well, at least they're trying. At least, like, you're not just doing the same thing over and over every single year, bringing the same guys back. You know what I mean? Like, there's something to be said. Now, again, the 2 last guys left of their own volition. What can you do? You can't force them to stay.
We're out of time.
We are.
We also have to congratulate the San Marcos Hillbilly. Chris Foster made a hole-in-one.
Hole-in-one
at Encinitas Ranch.
Woo!
Number 6.
He's never going to shut up about it for the rest
I
of his
didn't know
life.
he could hit the ball that far.
My friend Tim was playing right behind him, so it's verified as well. That's it for us. For Paulie, for Woods, I'm Ben. We'll talk to you tomorrow, Friday morning, 6 a.m. right here on 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.